But let me tell you why I am asking about if Asians are the best artists. Because when I think about my favorite comic book artists, I think about Frank Cho, I think about Jim Lee, I think about Jay Lee, I think about Willis Portacio,
Pat Lee.
I think about Pat Lee. And I know that's a sensitive topic to bring up, but the man knows how to draw a robot.
Right.
Yeah, well, he knows how to draw robots that are bulbous in proportion, but I enjoy that.
Yeah, I do too.
It looked great when it came out. Like
they look huge.
That was like my second. Like that Transformers come in waves for me in my life. Like as a kid, I loved it, and like I found it again as a teenager when one of the shows were on, and then when Pat Lee. Dreamwave. That was my other one, and then after that was IDW.
I love Dreamwave stuff. I have 2 pieces of Pat Lee art in my house.
Yeah, they weren't the best stories, but the art was beautiful.
It was just so refreshing to see that after not seeing it for so many years.
And modernized.
And I have Lucy's of it.
I probably do too somewhere.
Like,
you know who
and they made like the fucking. That was the first time I was okay with like mass shifting because it was ridiculous when they combined, they were like 10 times the size of what they're supposed to be.
Yeah. You know, the only exception to my Asian artist rule, Travis Charis.
I don't know who that is.
He is probably like, let me see if I can find something. I think that technically his work is kind of unbeatable. Just in the sense of, he does some weird stuff with his feet. But in the
but he draws them though, right?
Yes, he doesn't avoid them. But it's just his line work and like the amount that he puts into every panel to me is just nuts. But like all the little rivets and little details and stuff. And
now, who is this person?
Travis Charis. I believe he's
Canadian.
So you're just not like his style. Is that what it is?
I like his style too. I just think he's amazing. I think his line work is amazing. Like if you look at the motorcycle and stuff on the front.
Right.
But you're saying that
the Asian guy that you don't like.
No. I'm saying that he is a white guy. So he's the exception to the rule. I catapult him up into that category with the great Asian comic artists.
Yeah.
That's something that I don't think I've ever discussed before because obviously I think Jim Lee is what got me into comics.
I think Jim Lee got a lot of people into comics.
And I look at his I reread Hush recently, and it's like, okay, I mean it's good, but it's like the hash mark stuff that the shading with that
old style.
It's
old.
It's old style,
but
now.
It's classic.
But it is
for some reason I'm not sure if I would want it any other way with him.
Right.
Like Scott Williams, Jim Lee mix. Like I don't know if I want. But it's not like there's like Mark Silvestri comes to mind and J. Scott Campbell
and Liefeld,
Mike Turner.
Liefeld, you can't leave him out.
Liefeld, of course, but there's not that there aren't great other comics. But I just think
my love-hate relationship is with Joe Mad. Like, he's like my favorite comic book because he's like a hybrid style, but he keeps quitting on projects, and that pisses me off.
So, welcome to Nerd Rage episode 219. I am joined today with Joe KW.
With 2 mics?
With 2 mics, skiing, and with Chris Pegerton.
If you're nasty.
And we have exciting news today.
It's 9:15 right now.
It's 9:15
a.m.
We are going to wrap this show up in about a half hour. Don't worry, we'll come back and finish it. You won't even notice that we were gone.
Do you want to tell them or you want it to be a surprise? Well, because what if it's a failure?
Well, I kind of feel like the story is worth telling.
Okay,
though, like from your side anyway. So have at it.
So as many of you know, Popeyes has a chicken sandwich that has come and gone to much dismay. I believe someone got stabbed in Prince George's County yesterday over this chicken sandwich.
Yes, remember I was telling Adam, I was like. About the Prince George's, the Six Flags. I was like, you couldn't go down there. The metal. They would think they were the first one to put metal detectors at there.
So there's a Popeyes right here in a little town that Bobby lives in. That's adjacent to the town I live, and Joe lives in too. Sorry, I didn't mean to leave you out.
Wait, it's one unit now.
It's all one thing. So I scouted it on the way here this morning. They open at 10. They have the window sign applied on their whatever you call the sign, the changeable sign. It says chicken sandwiches back, and they were unloading a truck. So all signs point to yes. So we're gonna dip out here about quarter till and
sit out front and stare
and hold knives in our hands.
I'm gonna film our journey to it. We're gonna come back and I'll film it here while we eat it on the podcast, and I'll put the filming up on Patreon.
The only thing we're missing is we don't have a side by side with a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, and they don't.
What time are they open?
They don't serve lunch till 11.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same fucking shit. They just won't give you the bread; they give you the biscuit.
But it is a different kind of chicken. It's a smaller piece. From
That's
the
true.
biscuit.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert.
So,
I am.
so I can't wait to
I'm
try
totally
this
sorry.
fucking
I
sandwich.
haven't eaten today.
Dude, we're gonna be so let down. It's gonna be great, but it's not gonna be as good as it's hyped up to be.
The sandwich is I feel like it's like the McRib of this generation. Like it's like
I have a great McRib story.
let's hear it.
So I worked at McDonald's right after high school.
In
Weird
Alabama?
flex.
It is a very strange flex, and it was in a mall. So the whole restaurant's about the size of this room, right?
Yep.
So and I'm a 6'7" lanky 18-year-old trying to use this equipment that's made for somebody y'all's height. And the McRibs are basically in a vat of sauce. That's how the patties come in. You put them in there.
Yeah.
And it's we were lucky because the mall closed at like 9. I think we were open till 10. Like an hour, so people at the mall could come get food or whatever. So it's like 9:55. McRib was in season, so to speak. Is that how you say that? It's McRib season.
Tomatoes, cows,
Yes.
strawberries.
Yes.
McRibs.
So it's we're 5 minutes from closing. I go into the vat. There's not a McRib, but there's McRib pieces. So I lay the bun out and I construct
An ensemble, a
McRib
ensemble.
a McRib patty out
Frankenstein?
of these. I send it out the window, and then we close, and I don't know what happened after there, but I didn't have to wait an extra 30 minutes to warm up McRib patty.
It's like chicken breast at the store. It says with rib meat. Except like this is rib meat with some breast meat.
Yeah, it's funny as when I was in school, we had those exact same.
Yeah, me too.
things
In cafeteria.
in cafeteria. I mean,
I think they sell them in grocery stores and like fucking freeze dry.
Yo, that's a discussion.
What's that?
Cafeteria food.
Dude, I don't know if it's just childhood memories.
That square pizza.
The square
Bro.
pizza.
I would
no,
fuck up a piece of that square
Bro,
pizza
it's-
right now.
it's
They
not
still
just-
sell it. They still have it.
It's
Is it really?
specifically chicken pot pie. I've never had a chicken pot pie as good as
I don't
cafeteria
remember
chicken pot
having
pie.
I don't think I ever did.
So
I'm scared of wet food.
We had the. If Bobby was a cat, he'd only eat dry food. So we had a stop sign shaped pizza too. It was almost I think it was called like a fiestada or something. It almost had like a Mexican vibe to it.
That must be an Alabama thing.
Roll Tide.
Yeah, now-
I'll just give you a Roll Tide on it because that shit was so fucking great.
Now when you got into high school, maybe it was middle school, I can't remember, but when you got into high school, you could get like the Supreme lunch, and that would have a deep dish circular pizza.
It was lunch plus.
Yeah, it was like
I was in
regular
military school by that point.
regular school lunch was I think $1.50 or $1.25.
Yeah.
And then the Supreme was like $2.75. And
Yeah.
you got a deep dish little circle pizza. It had some toppings on it, I think, like little sausage crumbs and little like pepperoni
It's like the stuff that he scooped up from the McRib. Leftover piece of
Pepperoni
sausage.
cubes stress me out. Get them out of here.
It was a McRib scrap. So I remember in high school, my first 3 years in high school, like lunch period, you as long as you stayed on campus, you could do whatever you wanted. So I would grab like a Mountain Dew and one of those big ass Mrs. Fields cookies out of the vending machine and just go fuck about with my friends or go play basketball or whatever. Senior year, we got a new principal. Everybody had to be in the lunchroom. I have not seen as many fucking fights happen in one
Not everyone
place.
belongs in the same room, man.
I mean, I saw like assistant principals tackling people across lunch tables, breaking up. It was madness.
Whoa.
Because they made all these cliques that never were together were all together in the fucking lunchroom.
Well, my high school was weird that way because
Which one you went to go to?
Long Reach.
Oh, okay.
Because it was the first year it opened, and it was a Votech school, so everybody in East Columbia went there, and it was the only school I feel like in the county that you sat with your neighborhood. Like you didn't.
That's
like,
weird.
Yeah, like
assigned seats is weird.
Like no. It wasn't a sign. It was just like how usually like the jocks sit together and then, like the nerds sit together.
Just
like,
by choice.
Yeah, everybody just sat with their neighborhood because it was the only people you knew. So like you ended up sitting with people that normally you would never sit with, but they were from the neighborhood.
It's
So
the
that's who you
closest
sat
thing
with.
you know.
Yeah,
It's like meeting a foreign person, a countryman in a foreign country.
it was interesting.
Yeah.
But I want to say that the thing that got the most drama in my school lunch was 1,000% the fries.
The dollar fries, the dollar cup of fries, or the 75% small fries.
So those or the fries that came as like a side with the lunch.
Yes.
So first of all, I would go to the little fixing stand.
Yeah.
Old Bay.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No, it's good. Don't. Hey. Have you not had boardwalk fries, bro?
Ranch. They would have the ranch powder.
Ranch
I would put the
powder.
ranch
No, it's
powder
ranch
on it.
powder, man.
And then the big jug of
He knows
ketchup.
Dude, you know the vibes.
I know the vibes. So I took it back to my seat, And the first thing I would do is cough all over them.
Yep.
Because what people would do is they would come up and they would grab a handful, and as they grabbed a handful, they'd say, "Let me get some fries." Like so, like you would see people like just sit their tray down and then start eating them because it was the only way you could protect your food.
I just like them. I just like the top of it.
Whoa.
Like there's 2 mics.
So
just a tip.
what about snacks?
Dude, I remember when Crystal Pepsi came out and there was a line in the vending machine to get some Crystal
Oh
Pepsi
yeah,
in middle school.
Yeah, so
Dude, it's the eclairs, the chocolate and the strawberry eclairs, and the ice cream box.
Yep. Those were great.
Because they're cheap and they're
They
fucking
were
amazing.
cheap. They were 50 cents.
The almond ones were special because they're not always around.
The cookie packs.
Yeah.
Butter crunch and chocolate chip, 3 in a pack.
I think it's maybe because we're from the same area and he's not.
Yeah.
So
You didn't have
he
any of
doesn't
that?
have this experience.
No, I mean we had vending machines.
And you didn't have like a snack line? Like we had a snack. Oh, really? Yeah,
you
we had
you
like
didn't have fry cups.
Well, we had they had fries, and I remember like getting ranch dressing to dip them in.
But
'cause
no Obey?
They were never. No. What the fuck you think?
No ranch powder.
No.
Oh
Dude,
man.
dude.
No, it's a
That was
different.
just
missed out.
I remember my brother had a friend that moved out to like New Mexico or something, and he talked to him a couple times, and they like had a Taco Bell and a KFC in their school.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Where is this? Not Alabama, right?
No. They moved out to like New Mexico or somewhere. It seemed 1,000,000 miles away at the time, but I guess they just like privatized it, and bid it out. I would imagine.
So I don't know what ours was contract wise, but
It was Cisco food. It was.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's all it is.
I went to when I went to Chapelgate, 'cause I got kicked out of my middle school, and I went to Chapelgate for 8th and 9th grade, Christian school.
Yep.
On Fridays, Chick-fil-A served lunch.
What?
That's a fact. You could only get nuggets.
Yeah,
But still, that's crazy.
I've heard of that before. Chick-fil-A like basically brings stuff to you.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sure it was a
just-
fundraiser.
Just to the private school.
I don't
not
think I
to the-
know that Chick-fil-A existed till like maybe the
That's how I
last
knew
10
they.
years.
That's how I was introduced to them.
So they were small back then.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's only one in the county.
Okay,
See,
so
that's the
Oh,
difference.
did it start here?
No,
It was just one. Okay,
Yeah.
Because I know like Five Guys started in the area. Because I remember when they were new.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A started in
The South somewhere.
Atlanta. It was actually called the White Dwarf Restaurant. Weird flex, but okay.
White Dwarf is a magazine for 40K.
Yeah, and it's also some space shit in it.
I believe
That's Red
was it the
Dwarf.
White Dwarf.
That's Red Dwarf. Cody would know. It's a
So,
UK thing.
For years and years, they were only in shopping malls. So like, we had 2 shopping malls in where I lived, and they both had a Chick-fil-A in them. And yeah, and then I remember the first time I saw a freestanding one, I was like, what the hell? Because it was a mall chain.
I used to fuck up those quarter chocolate milks.
Oh yes. Oh yeah,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Only if you get there early enough to the cafeteria.
So what I didn't like though? Did
'Cause
you
the- 'cause
the
the bus-
bigger ones?
Was
So at my school anyway, they had like the quarter ones.
yeah, the little ones. Little
But then they
box.
had like 50-cent ones that were like twice the size, but it was a different company and it didn't taste right.
So,
I didn't even see those.
they probably had the same chocolate syrup drip for both of them, and so it was more diluted on the bigger one.
Maybe.
That's
Did
what
you
it
take the
was.
bus to school or did you get driven to school?
The bus.
That's weird because when I went to school, by the time the bus gets there, like the cafeteria is starting to close down.
Well, no,
Usually-
I mean for lunch.
Oh,
Yeah. I
It's
used
like
to-
I know they serve breakfast, but
Yeah,
it's like a
but-
myth
but-
to me. Like I always walk by and I see people eating in there. But
Yeah,
they're
but like
closed.
but most of the breakfast shit was for like kids that need help with just getting food.
Oh,
Yeah, I
I thought you were gonna say resource room. I was like,
No.
I
Like,
think I ate breakfast at school maybe twice ever, because it
and it used to fuck me up when I saw people putting chocolate milk in their cereal.
yeah
I was like, wow, I never even considered this.
yeah.
mind blown.
Yeah.
I remember them
another
having a
level.
cart with milk going around.
I don't. Maybe.
So I remember that from like kindergarten in
Oh, yeah.
Middle school. It was middle school.
Oh yeah. We didn't. So they brought the cart around with I think milk and snacks or something on it. Like, but everybody got a milk at like 10 in the morning.
Maybe
or
that
some
was
shit.
for the resource room.
I don't know.
So I only went to the resource room, to be fair, in elementary school, and we didn't get any extra snacks. Now in our county, if you were super bad, so to speak, and you didn't have a dad like mine that would work extra to send me to private school, you went to Gateway. And Gateway was wild as fuck. Like, first of all, it was like the Wild West. Like, kids fought every day. Secondly, there was like arcade time. Like, you
Arcade
had,
time?
yeah, like they had like video games and stuff, and they would take the kids and let them like because like they didn't know how to handle these kids. Like they were just like so fucking
Do something.
bad.
Just
Yeah.
do something.
Let me ask you a question about your private school experience.
Yeah.
Because I've always thought this. Was it more kids that had fucked up and couldn't go anywhere else, or people that were trying to do better for their kids just by putting them in the private school?
At the school that I went to, it was majority super evangelist families.
Okay.
But like, so pretty much.
So you fit in great.
Right. Well, I could go on and on about my experiences there. Like, I still have like that 666 with the line through it.
Yeah.
They put that on my locker.
No shit.
Because they thought I worshiped the devil because I cursed and listened to secular music, and I was obsessed with Bram Stoker's Dracula at the time and Mortal Kombat.
Wow.
But like they used to leave little notes. They formed a prayer group to meet with me. Like they only met for me. Like on Wednesdays, they would all meet after school and pray just for me.
That's they care.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure.
Or for them, it's like, oh, we can have this common enemy and be closer together.
I think it was a lot of that, and I think it was a lot of self-serving. Like, look how good we are. We're praying for this poor, unfortunate soul. That
like people do the charity and then post about it.
Correct.
For like, I was in Christian school in 8th grade, Bethel Christian Academy. It's a Wawa across the street. That was great. First time I ever seen a Wawa. But that was mostly just Christian kids. I was the only like bad kid there. But the military school is a mixed fucking bag. There's court ordered kids, right?
Yeah.
And then they're literal like fucking air princes. Like, they have a lot of different princes. Like, so then it's not like prince of the country.
Everybody's a prince over there.
But literally, because they have just fucking watts of cash.
Sure.
We have those, and then we have like people from all over the world sending the kids to get like a fucking American military school education, but then you get fuck ups like me.
So I mean, you weren't there as a fuck up though, were you?
I was there as a fuck up. I wasn't court ordered there, but I was there because my parents sent me there because I was a fuck up.
So I will tell you, all throughout high school, that was like my dad. I don't know if he read it somewhere, but he like started ordering military school pamphlets.
See, every fucking.
But I wasn't even. I wasn't even that
I'm checking the clock. 9:30.
I know. I keep looking too. I wasn't even bad. Like my grades were kind of shitty, but other than that, I mean, I wasn't getting in trouble every day. So, but I don't think my dad realized how fucked up
other
situations
kids were.
Real fucked up kids were.
Yeah, talk to this guy.
Yeah, I mean, so my dad. One thing about my dad is, if he said it, most American banks will accept it as collateral. Like, you can fucking set your watch to it. He doesn't play the radio. He doesn't sell wolf tickets. He's not for the bullshit. He means everything that he says, and he says everything that he means. That being said, he told me if I kept fucking up, he was going to bust his ass and put me in private school. I just kept fucking up. He busted his ass. He put me in private school. Then when I was fucking up in private school, he was like, if you fuck this up, you're going to military school. Actually, no, I went back to high school because my dad actually had beef with the private school people, and then I got put out of my high school and I got put into a VOTEC school, and he said, if you fuck up here, this is your last chance, you're going to military school. And then I started seeing the pamphlets pop up, and then I was like, okay, he 1000% means this. So so then I started getting, like, my senior year, I think I was on honor roll the whole year. I almost got a 4.0 my last semester. Last semester. I mean, I was taking English and then
still,
bullshit. But
compared to being a delinquent.
Right. But I got a B in food and nutrition.
Surprise.
Fucking bullshit.
Is it because you answered ketchup for everything?
Probably.
Or you refused to accept the onions nutritional value?
It was probably the way I was fucking up the milks. They just failed me. And I also they also had Tasty Cake coffee cakes, which I would fuck up, but they were expensive, so you couldn't get them all the time.
Twinkies.
Yeah. But yeah, enough about cafeteria food in high school. Joe, how was your nerd week?
Not bad. Let me see. I'm pulling my own notes here. British Bake Off had the final. Good show. I love it. I don't know if you guys don't watch it.
This is the animated one?
No.
Oh, there's a real one. Because you watched the anime show about cooking, didn't you?
Yeah, that's Food Wars.
Yeah, okay.
Season 4 actually...
You can understand my confusion.
Yeah. Season 4 actually is about to drop. I think it's going to be the last season.
Don't say it's about to drop. Not for a food show.
Damn.
DJ Khaled's going to do the intro.
But I love it. Like I'm finding a lot of people know that show. Like, because I would talk about it in public, or I would mention it, and people are like, "Oh, I love that show." I'm like, "Really?" I thought it was like a niche thing, but obviously not because it's on Netflix. But yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it more than I don't watch any more American cooking shows anymore.
Huh? Interesting.
Speaking of McRib, you know what that stands for?
I'm afraid to ask.
My Chemical Romance is back.
Oh, look what you did there.
That's pretty clever.
Wow.
So
well done, sir.
It doesn't really mean much. I mean, you
a big fan?
I can name.
I love.
So is Rage apparently.
What's
next year.
That's crazy.
So we had Tool. Well, that's
Right,
more
different.
classic.
It's
My
different.
Chem has been over for 6 years.
Right.
I guess like he's done with Umbrella Academy. Maybe.
Can you name a song of theirs off the top of it?
I'm not a
Is it
fan.
Black Parade,
Okay,
Helena.
Black Parade's the one that comes to mind.
They were during that whole emo movement.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that. I saw you grab both mics and you licked your lips, so I want to relax. But I know that they were big during that pocket of time.
And I can
yeah.
see why people would say they move because the way the the dress and the
Right.
makeups and the stuff. But like I don't think the music is emo. Personally speaking.
So the memes have been great for that, and honestly, the memes for the Rage thing are the same as the Tool. It's Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec running down a hill, with his shirt tucked in his mustache. It says 40-year-old men when they hear Rage is getting back together.
They did the same for Tool.
Yeah,
the exact
same. Because honestly, it didn't even click. I'm like, why are they showing this again?
I think it was another band that announced they're gonna have an album by 2020.
Well, it's crazy that because Tom Morello, he went off and did a whole bunch of other side projects. Zach De La Rocha hasn't done much. He's popped up here and there. Like he did a song with Run the Jewels, which is kind of a rap.
That sounds familiar.
I know Run the Jewels.
Yeah, so it's Killer Mike
Killer
and EJ or whatever his name is,
E Black,
some white dude,
the white rapper that used to be part of Company Flow, in the 90s. But they've been making like a huge niche for themselves, like carving out with like a particular, like a very Rage demographic, So it's cool that Zach has worked with them, and then now that it's cool to see Rage reunited. I was never a huge Rage fan either, but I always thought the industry as a whole was better for having them in it,
and they respect it.
Like, for 1,000%.
Yeah.
Tom Morello did Street Sweeper Social Club, which was a side project, and that shit is fucking rocking.
Yeah.
It was like he was responsible for the music, and then JT, the Bigger Figure, some guy he had a song in the 90s called Fat Cats and Bigger Fish, which was a cool record, but never really popped as a rapper, but he raps over it, and it's good. I saw him live.
And the rest of the band was with Chris Cornell for Audio Slave, the majority of the band.
Yep.
Which is fucking great.
Yeah, that was good stuff, too.
It was great.
Good stuff.
But speaking of memes, the fucking Epstein memes has been amazing.
Yeah, they've been
last
out of
3
here.
days.
That Oreo one.
I don't know who
was bananas.
started it, but it's fucking.
They've been out of here.
Yeah,
dude.
Just,
I didn't post on our chat because I feel like it's political stuff. I'm sure they see it.
I
anyway.
don't share it publicly because I don't want to be on that Clinton hit list.
Yeah,
but I'll share them privately and laugh.
Fucking and such a variety of them from all angles.
Such a variety.
Dude, they bring back old memes.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, they're killing it.
Ed Norton podcast was pretty good. Ed Norton was on Joe Rogan. Obviously because he gets everybody.
Did he talk about Colombia?
No, I mean he's talking about he's from the area.
They talk about MMA.
But they did talk about MMA because
of course they did.
Because Ed Norton he brought it up. He had a big BJJ guy on in Hulk. He was the one who brought him in.
It would be a big BJJ for the Hulk. That's a fact.
But I'm always liked him. But like after the podcast, like I like him even more. Like he has a depth to him.
Yeah,
I'm interested in seeing this new movie he's putting out.
I like Ed Norton, man. A lot of people are mixed on him because they feel like he plays a very similar character very often, which I kind of see where they're coming from. Like most people will be like, look, the role that he played in Primal Fear is his best performance ever, and he'll never top it. But
I love those cat memes too. Like,
I do too.
Corrected.
The woman and the cat. Yeah.
But I mean, I liked him in Fight Club. I liked him in American History X. I liked him in.
Smoochie?
I don't really remember him in that, but I liked him. I love him as Banner. I've been very vocal that he's my favorite Banner.
I mean, he talked about how like
did he talk about the Hulk bit?
He did talk about the Hulk for a minute. I think he didn't want to get sucked into doing the one thing.
Yeah, because
and being
it would have ruled his destiny for the
because he's talking about how like he did American History X early on in order to like just not be typecast ever again after that because like you can't put him in a box after that.
Right.
But I mean, you might. It's kind of short. It's like an hour and a half.
You know what that means? Not fucking welcome. I say that whenever Hasbro fans come in my home, I just pull out my third party stuff. I'm like, you see that? You know what that means? Not fucking welcome.
My brother's band, one of the bands he was in years ago, sampled a line from that movie. It's I can't think of the guy's name that's like the protagonist in that, but he says, first of all, don't ever fucking touch me again. I'll beat you to the fucking ground, boy.
Oh yeah.
Michael Rappaport.
Wait, that's Higher Learning.
No, is that Higher Learning?
Yeah, that's Higher Learning.
My bad. Yeah, it is. You're right.
Busta Rhymes was in that shit.
Yeah, he was
getting his shit off too. I feel like.
That's right. Because fucking.
How do you feel rappers and movies? Best rap. How high? Rhythm and Method Man.
I mean, so honestly,
Friday was really like the first one that really popped it off.
I'll tell you two that's come to mind.
Successful ones. Cradle to the Grave with DMX.
No, stop it. But DMX, I love DMX and Belly. Like I mean, I know. And look, he's just playing DMX.
Yeah.
But like, maybe that is the extent of his range. You know, maybe it can only. But I like him in Belly a lot. Like, your daughter can't eat no books, B.
my favorite DMX thing is when Cat Williams is talking about going out to eat with DMX. He's like, and DMX is DMX. He's like, hey yo bitch, bring me a glass of water.
there's a I think it was not
hey yo bitch.
Ari Spears did like that whole
yes.
Dude, it's so good.
It was on Mass TV, I think, right?
Well, no, yeah, but he did like a stand-up thing where he was like he had all of these rappers at the at a breakfast place ordering, and like DMX was like, give me a bacon, egg, and cheese. Easy on the bacon, dog. My blood pressure. Blood pressure. But like and Cameron in Paid in Full is like one of the best rap performances I've ever seen. But once again, it's just Cameron being Cameron. But it doesn't help. It doesn't hurt, rather, that Paid in Full is probably the most important story told within that genre, because it's about the three guys from Harlem that pretty much started, street drug culture in America.
Yeah.
And it's like the Goodfellas of that pocket.
Common is a rapper, right?
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
I think he's decent, actually.
And he's a good actor, too.
That's what I'm saying.
I think he's like an artist. Like him, Mos Def. I put him in.
Mos Def, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I don't even put Mos Def, like as a musician first. I don't know what to put him first.
Well, I think Mos actually went to school to be an actor, and then he ended up doing music.
Just comedy and shit.
Yeah.
I like, I think Ice Cube's been good in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Three Kings, you ever seen that?
Yeah, it's great.
Dude, with Marky Mark.
Marky Mark and George Clooney.
Spike Jonze directed that, right?
He did.
Yeah.
That's not Spike Lee.
Not Spike Lee, not to be confused with
no,
Spike Lee.
it's
Very
great.
different people.
Great movie. I love the movie too.
Oh, are they?
And Ice-T, who was
he's trash though.
We
all fell for it. I feel like with New Jack City, but he's trash.
He's in a TV show as a regular.
He's on Plenty. He's on Plenty.
He plays himself basically. Have you guys ever seen the movie Trespass?
Yep.
Oh my god, I saw that in the theater. That was probably, I think that might have been the first R-rated movie I saw in the theater. I saw it like 3 times.
Is that the one where he gets like gonorrhea or something? It's either Trespass or Ricochet. It might have been Ricochet. So there are movies that came out around the same time.
This one is set in East St. Louis, and it's basically a heist movie gone wrong. There's all these different parties involved, but the soundtrack was really good.
Oh well, that's why most of those fucking movies were made. I feel like.
How many bullets can you back hold?
But they had there was this one movie I think Ice-T was in. I think it was Ricochet, but one of the people that they were after or whatever, they kidnapped him and tied him to a bed, and then had a girl fuck him, and either gave him gonorrhea or chlamydia, like something like that. Like
that's curable.
Yeah, like she got on him, and he's like, no, and she's like, and I'll never forget because I was a kid and I was like, couldn't wait to jerk off every second I got. But she was like, you might be saying no, but your little friend is saying yes.
You can relate.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, my dick is on its own.
And then Ice-T was also some sort of kangaroo guy in the Tangerine movie.
Oh, yes. I forgot
about
that.
Right.
Dude, I've never seen it, but I know of it.
He was in Johnny Mnemonic too, wasn't he?
I hope so.
Possibly.
I think he was like the head, like Haggard guy at the end.
Whoa.
No, I gotta look this up because I think it was him, and it was a cybernetic dolphin at the end. Do you guys don't remember Johnny Mnemonic?
Speaking of dolphins, you see your meme that Fong created is
dude, that
so good, dude.
There's so many layers.
So good.
Where do you even dig that picture up? I don't know.
So I think William Fong's challenge now was create one meme from every episode.
Well, I love every single one of them.
Dude, that Savage Dragon one.
Savage Dragon.
Kind of disappointed we didn't get a logo from Mr. Fong.
Yeah.
That's a little strange, isn't it?
We need logos.
I miss him though. I miss him a lot
because they'll be monetized.
Yeah.
He needs a cut of that shit.
But Joe, we have 4 minutes.
I know, and there's one more thing. Ice-T is I guess what the name of the character Ice-T played?
Guess, tell me.
J-Bone.
J-Bone.
Jawbone. I used to call a girl that in high school.
Wow.
Wow.
Did she have a record player?
We should just on that note, I had watched one more thing, but I think I'm gonna spend more than 3 minutes talking about it because I just loved it so much.
What was it?
Aladdin, the live action.
Oh, you loved it?
I was grinning the entire time.
Really?
I don't know if it's a childhood thing. I've always loved Aladdin. Aladdin, Lion King, and Beauty and the Beast, my three top Disney
And
movies.
Mulan.
Don't do that. But dude, did you watch it?
The live action? No. I just saw the cartoon like last year for the first time.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you don't have the connection.
I don't know that I've seen it all the way through ever.
Yeah, I mean, last year was the first time.
I watched it a lot as a kid. I had the VHS. But
Weird flex.
dude, you should watch this because like Abu, the monkey, made some faces. Reminds me of Leia.
Leia, yeah, dude, she got the chimp face, man.
Dude, you can tell what Leia said about Rose.
Oh, we were watching Last Jedi, and and Rose popped up on the screen. Rose Tico, and Leia said, "That Uncle Dolphin, there's Uncle Dolphin."
That's bullshit, right? Well, I don't know how he's raising his kids, man. I don't know what you laugh.
And I was like, "That's not Uncle Dolphin." She said, "That is Uncle Dolphin."
You were sure?
Yeah, but
So
I thought Will Smith did a great job. The story was slightly different than the original, and it was different enough and same enough for me. Like
Fantastic.
perfect.
I'm gonna watch it for sure.
I was like, both Chris and I well, she was always younger, but like I was fucking laughing,
Crying.
having a fucking great. When the whole new world came on. I'm not gonna lie, like fucking tears welled up. I don't know why.
Is it a tiger? Is a tiger in it and all that?
Tiger's in it.
Nice.
It's a cute tiger.
Who sings that song? Because Peebo Bryson's got them pipes, dog. I don't know if they can match him.
I mean, the cast sings.
you
The cast sings. I think it's the lead guy. I don't know his name. They did a great job. Girl did a great job.
Yo, let's go get a fucking chicken sandwich.
Let's get a chicken sandwich.
All right. Hit record. So we have acquired them.
Big ups to fucking Pinkerton, man. Like this would have never happened for me. I would have maybe never eaten this, or maybe like three months from now when this become like a regular thing that's not hyped about. Because I don't usually go stand in line for shit.
Get them out.
Here
This
we go.
comes in a
comes in a little
tinfoil
holder
bag,
thing.
just like a fucking Chick-fil-A.
And it's got like a
It's got a holder wrapper.
Yeah.
They had the folders a certain way.
Fancy.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. First bite.
It's definitely different than Chick-fil-A.
Definitely different.
The breading's a lot different.
It's crunchier.
It's crunchier.
It's very crunchy. It's very good.
The spicy mayonnaise is nice.
I don't think they're saying this is a Chick-fil-A sandwich, but better. But it's just a competing
No.
chicken sandwich.
Exactly.
I like this better.
I don't know if I like it better. I was expecting like a orgasm. I feel like I got foreplay. I like it. I like the bun a lot. Let me have another bite.
I like crunchy. Because Chick-fil-A is not that crunchy.
I'm definitely digging it. I'll
They got
definitely
better
eat it
pickles.
again.
That's for sure.
Oh, the pickles are great.
Yeah,
Big old pickles.
It's good.
fresh.
All right, I'm going to pause the podcast. The rest of the experience will be on the Patreon, and we'll come back. I got a Sienna.
Yo, this shit is bomb.
Don't
Yeah,
delete it,
pretty
Bobby.
So I got to be honest, it grew on me. I think the first bite, I was telling them, I think the first bite I had, it didn't have enough mayonnaise on it. But by the time I worked my way around to the back end of the sandwich,
I mean, I watched you grow it in real time. It was
Yes.
like, when you talk about it, he's like, I don't know about this. And it's like, oh, and then you're like, I like this. Oh, this is a good sandwich. By the end, it's like, wow, I really want.
I think they put the
could eat
crack
another
at
one.
the end of it. So you had one last thing on your Nerve Rage note that we had just started breaking into.
Oh, it was the Aladdin thing.
Oh, that's right.
And fucking, I don't know. I don't remember the last time I was so happy, just happy, pure
So-
joy watching a fucking movie.
Does it inspire you at all to watch some of the other live action ones?
I always wanted to. I never got around to it because you know how I am. But Krista said Beauty and the Beast wasn't that great, and I think for her that's weird because you know cosplaying and stuff, like she could not get over that dress. She was like, it's not good.
So I will say I thought Beauty and the Beast was weak as well, but I really enjoyed Jungle Book, and Lion King was fine.
So I was never a big Jungle Book fan. I actually remember because you don't remember much things as a child. I remember falling asleep and leaving early at the theater.
That's crazy.
I was like maybe 5 or 4, but I remember
I love
being
Jungle
excited
Book.
to go.
I love animals, Joe. You don't like animals?
this animal's in Lion King. But yeah, I remember my parents carrying me out because I was like passing out.
Yeah.
It's a weird childhood memory. But yeah, and I couldn't stop because I know the song so well. I couldn't stop singing along.
Through
the movie, but what's fine because Chris was doing it too. Like, I don't. Are there just music sometimes you listen to that you cannot fucking keep yourself from singing along with it?
Right.
Oh, absolutely. There's
anything you think of it because
trying
like
to think.
most
I'm trying to think.
classic Disney
I'm trying to
music
think.
is like that for me because I watched them so much as a kid.
How are those live action movies performing well for them? I don't.
They keep making them.
I don't
guess
know.
so.
There's a.
I figured they had all those.
There's a
in the-
Maleficent 2 coming out in there.
Yeah, I figured they had all those in the hopper kind of at once.
Let me see. Maybe Flight of Dragons.
No, really.
Yeah. Like every time that like Flight of Dragons.
I mean, it kicks off right away.
Yeah. You get right into it. You know what I mean? They don't waste any time. Flight of Dragons.
I know the films.
My favorite.
Chris, I'm not sure if he does.
You know what? You need to see that
He's
movie.
still mixing it up with the Last Unicorn.
One of my
I got it
favorite
all twisted.
scenes in Flight of Dragons that I use all the time is when they're trying. Gorbash has to fight this ogre in order to kind of really
yes, Gorbash.
like in order to kind of really get into his dragon bag, and and Smeargle, who's like his like
Not
Obi-Wan,
Smeagol.
not
Smeargle.
Smeargle.
Smeargle, they
Who's-
changed it just enough.
He's like his Obi-Wan is like teaching him lessons like don't let him get a hold of you, don't go for the belly, he's immune to fire, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then Gorbash is like, okay, all right, what do I call him? And he's like, I don't know. And Smeargle's like, there's no names for an ogre. Hey, you. And then Gorbash is like, hey, you, come on out here and fight. and so I say it to my kids all the time, like when I'm like, hey, and then I'll follow it up, come on out here and fight. But yeah, dude, that chicken sandwich though, God bless. All right. Let's move on from
It
chicken
really
sandwich.
grew on you.
Yeah, Christopher, how was your nerd week?
It was all right, I guess. I do have one thing that's kind of happened to me today. I wanted to share. I mean, it's kind of disappointing. My heated steering wheel went out in my car. So
Your what?
my
Heated steering wheel.
Yeah,
You have a heated steering wheel?
I do. Yeah. So I think it's just a fuse problem.
So you're not getting too excited yet.
No, I think I can probably fix it. So actually, the heated seats aren't working either. I think it's all one fuse. But I do recall when I worked in the auto parts stores that people would routinely come in and say things like, "Hey, man, my brake pads are wore out. Do you think it's a fuse?" Or my windshield wiper blades are scraping my windshield. Do you think it's a fuse? So we can't come up with this like, hey man, my cousin got my girlfriend pregnant. Do you think it's a fuse?
They don't know what it is. They just know it's a word.
I got it. Like I got a flat tire. You think it's a fuse? So let's see. I finished watching that DNA documentary. The last 2 episodes I didn't think were nearly as good as the first 2 episodes, but it's still some cool stuff in there. There was one dude that. You can see these people from a mile away. So he's in like, everybody's got on jeans and t-shirts, and this dude's got on a suit with like a flower on his lapel, and he just looks sleazy. And at the end, you find out that he died, and Kelly looked it up. He died in one of those, what do they call that thing? Immersion like pools or whatever, where you like
float tanks.
He died in a float tank.
How did he die in those?
Because he was high on ketamine.
Oh, well, you're an idiot then.
In DC, actually.
That's Special K?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, didn't mean to flex the full name there. Let's see. I read that book. What was it?
Heroes in Crisis?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty lousy. I didn't like it.
What did you think was lousy about it?
I don't know. It just. I thought the concept was cool. I guess we can kind of lay it out there now that I read it.
Yeah, I love it. I love the concept.
Sanctuary concept.
Yeah.
Like the PTSD superheroes.
They basically, Batman has created these robots, I guess, is what they ultimately are, that look like humans. Actually, they look like Ma and Pa Kent, I feel like.
Right, exactly.
And,
that's what it was. That's how I got that vibe.
And it's even on the farm, you know what I mean? And like, they automatically dump all of their data after they interview people so that it can't be used as weaponry, and if you're a superhero, you can go there and kind of give your story. You
can unload on it.
Yeah, you can go through therapy and be, confident that it's not going to be used against you. Mm-hmm. But the information gets out and it starts becoming like a press thing, and then it starts causing some distrust by the people that are like, why are we worshiping these superheroes and counting them? They obviously are not okay. They need to, we need to be careful now. It's almost like turning humanity into a bunch of Lex Luthors, in a way. And And then there's the whole Flash aspect of the story, which is what I was talking about before, where like anytime there's a crisis, Flash is involved in a major capacity somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like a MacGuffin. Like his powers is like he's the thing to use. You can use it to do anything.
But that stuff is very DC. Like so like as a not a big DC fan, I was expecting for that stuff to not land with you.
So I have a question. All the people that died, I'm not familiar with any of those characters. Are those people that were those like super C and D list heroes?
Some of them were super C and D list, and some of them were B list.
Okay. I mean, I did like the
because even like Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, like they're B list,
right? I did.
They're pretty popular.
Yeah.
I think
B list is pretty popular characters generally.
Okay.
But I mean, the dynamic with Harley, I did enjoy reading that bit. With Harley and Selena about not killing people and the way they wrote that, I thought it was pretty clever.
Ivy,
yeah.
So
I mean, some of it was cleverly written, but the ending I was just like, oh, okay,
yeah, that's cool. DC stuff.
Yeah, I guess. I didn't do too. I read more of my Gotham Central, the book I can never remember the name of. Yeah, I'm probably about 3/4 of the way through that. So it's some really good stories in there. And
I wouldn't mind reading that when you're done.
Yeah, sure.
But I'm going to pace myself because I'm going to get through Joe's Deadpool stuff before I take on another omnibus.
Yeah,
I'm going to do it.
You don't have to.
I'm going to do it.
Okay. It's like 700 pages or whatever.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Trying to think if we did Halloween over here with the kids. That was fun.
Candy.
I didn't look through them.
They got a dumb amount of candy.
I secured Selena's and
I know
high shelf.
Yeah.
Mason and his girlfriend went trick or treating. I guess like in her neighborhood.
He's too big.
He said he was the
trick or treating.
Yeah, the oldest one out, but he had just a dumb amount of candy. Like, and he said
he just went to buy
candy.
Bought a bag. That's what I would have done. Buy one of those mixed bags. They're cheap anyway on Halloween night.
Yeah, they are the day after or whatever. Oh, my wife bought a couple new blow ups for the yard on clearance.
Wonderful!
I can't wait to show
you.
She bought the snake from Beetlejuice.
Oh, okay.
And
yes.
So that was like I think if you had bought it like the day before, it was like $180. So they were selling their display model for $45, half off. So she got this $180 thing for $20.
Back in Alabama, where you're from, do you ever see blow-ups in the yard?
Oh, absolutely.
There's no doubt.
Oh, come on, man.
There's no doubt in my mind.
They got a new one down there. I mean, I've seen like at Christmas. I've seen some crazy setups here.
Just blow up dolls.
Oh, those blow ups.
Yeah.
I don't see. You don't see many of those.
I feel like you would see some down there.
Maybe.
I don't know. I've never really looked.
Maybe in certain neighborhoods.
Do you know anybody that ever used one of those? They never appealed to me.
You talking about like this super cheap, literally like the blow up?
I know no one. I have seen them used as like novelty things at like parties or whatever, but I don't know anybody.
I feel like
but somebody fucked
them.
For sure.
Because they keep making them. So Chris, now that you're a member of Nerd Rage.
Well, now I am.
I mean, you've been, but
the chicken sandwich sealed the deal. Is that it?
Yeah,
we had to break bread.
Seriously,
we had to break bread.
Thank you.
Thank you. Like that was an amazing experience. But I think this was before you were part of the cast. Mm-hmm. So eventually, after I sell my house and stuff and have some extra money, I'm buying this doll.
I want to go last.
And you're gonna have to. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. He was here.
Okay.
It was his first answer. I want to go last.
I mean, listen, you might as well just pump it full.
This is coming up because my house is almost is fucking closing at the end of the month.
Congratulations.
On track to.
Congratulations.
Which is fucking weight off my chest.
Mm-hmm. I can imagine.
And I can fuck a doll. And the thing is, it's not even about me fucking a doll. It's having you guys fuck the doll.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's what's doing it for you.
It's the fucking whatchamacallit. It's the.
Do you think there's a fantasy at all in there, like a wife sharing fantasy that's being stretched at all? Because I can see that being.
It's just for the bit. It's just for the bit. It's just fucking hilarious.
Have you already picked out your options and everything?
I'm gonna film it for the Patreon, but just the head of the doll. So
like behind a door with the door open, so you can just see the front half.
Yeah, you just see the head like moving.
And you guys high five tag out.
Yeah,
like wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, make sure you're holding the rope in the corner, right?
I'm gonna make love to her, man. I'm gonna have like light candles, get some incense.
Have you told Laura or Kelly?
Nah, I don't think it's come up in conversation.
I may have.
You see how they feel about this.
Laura would be fine.
I mean, probably the way I feel about you using two microphones, but
but I kind of want to push it to its limits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna both use it at the same time.
Ooh, I wonder.
I mean, you can film it for yourself.
Right. I wonder. Maybe. I can't wait.
Sorry for the
no, it's fine.
for the sidebar, but like I just wanted. It's you guys think I'm joking?
No, I don't. Not now.
I really don't, Joe. I really don't. And I honestly, I don't think my wife would be that surprised. It's like, this is what Joe wants us to do. She'll probably shrug her shoulders and say, "Okay." I can imagine.
I mean, that's cool because you're with the shits.
Yeah.
I finished a diorama project this week that was probably the most mentally challenging thing I've ever built. It was. I can imagine. It's nothing that exists. I took someone's idea from a line drawing and had to create something 3D out of it.
I think that's art, man.
Let's not have that conversation.
And we did have this conversation.
Well, we did in our chat, but
I think it was a good conversation.
It was, and I think most of what I build is a brick wall and these particular details around something that I'm familiar with doing, but this is just completely outside the box, and I'm excited for everybody to see it. The people I made it for are super excited about.
Good. I mean,
it's awesome.
That's another thing that's scary
I think
to
it
me
looks great,
is
by
when
the
somebody
way.
is like,
Thank
I want you to do something, and then you do it, and there's that moment of waiting for the response. I hate that. I hate that moment.
Too.
I hate that moment more than anything on this fucking green and blue earth. When somebody's like, commissions me to draw them something, and I finish it, and I send it, and then I'm sitting back like, oh, God, come on.
I'll do the big flex here. I was at New York Comic Con, and we had set my displays that I made for Mezco into the cases, and here comes the owner of the company, who was on the fence about one of them, but he, I'm doing something off to the side. I shook hands with him, introduced myself, and he like leans down and looks at it hard, and I'm like, this is gonna go one of two ways. And he's like, looks great, man.
Perfect. Oh yeah, such a relief.
Yeah, because you don't know, and things look so different. You can send a million pictures of stuff, but the lighting you're using is going to be different than what they're using, and
it's just, it makes a big difference.
It makes a big difference
because there is a business aspect. Like obviously, you want to get paid for your services. You know what I mean? But there is there is a level of customer satisfaction that does plague you if you give a shit.
Right.
And like you want the person to be happy. You know what I mean? Like
part of the, for lack of a better word, job satisfaction for yourself should be that somebody likes your shit.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, and that's being able to have that reaction is always nice as well. So.
Did you take a look at any of the videos I sent in the chat?
You have to be more specific.
Oh, not the fun. With the painting,
the weathering. I haven't had a chance to. I have it on my list of stuff to look into. Yeah,
just something you might be interested in.
I would like to see
absolutely,
that as well.
Absolutely.
It would work for you because you not a dig. Like you like to work messy, right? Like in a good way. Like so, like this. I think this would be yeah.
Yeah.
And
like
you don't have the airbrush.
Right. Well, speaking of which, I might need your help with that.
Okay.
Because my shit is fucked up. It's like spraying at like a 45-degree angle. It's all fucking ate up.
I know how fucking airbrush works.
But you know how to take it apart and all that shit?
Yes,
I should have figured. It's the only reason
also, I airbrush a lot.
I know, but the only reason why I say that is because he has specifically said I've taken mine apart and cleaned it.
You have that's your problem. You've never done it.
Correct, but when I talked to Adam about it initially, he was like, "That's the beautiful thing about this airbrush. You never have to take it apart,
unless you. It depends on how you use it.
So the
paint, if you thin your paints and all that stuff. If you're just fucking shooting butter through it, then it's not gonna work.
I'm not shooting butter.
And here's one
consistency wise.
Here's one of the differences. Bobby and I aren't using Citadel paint.
Right.
We're using.
No, I use lacquers and I use all kinds of paints.
Right, but we're using like the 50-cent bottles from Walmart and diluting it down,
which is fine if you use thinner.
Right, but it might be different because when I got Adam's instruction, he's used to using a certain caliber of paint. Oh. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Where he might not be taking into account the shit that I was using.
Yeah,
but for the most part, I use airbrush paint.
Yeah.
For the most part. But every now and then I have to kind of make something
The only
happen.
difference is the consistency or whether you're using thinner or water. Because water won't really thin paint down. It just breaks it up.
Yeah, well, I have a paint thinner thing now. I do.
Yeah. But that will help.
I gave her a couple squirts recently, so to speak.
The last thing, and this is a super, super weird flex, but my long in the tooth journey continues tomorrow. It's my birthday, so.
Oh, congratulations.
This tooth's getting a little longer.
How old are you going to be?
Well, I told my wife today I'm just going to start adding the years together, so I'm 7.
43.
43. Yeah, and she's 11, so she's older than me. No, she's like the same age as you, Bobby. So, yeah. Anyways,
nice.
Musically, Yellow Wolf put out a new album. His first independent album. He's off of the Shady label.
Off the Shady label.
And I really enjoy that.
I do too.
He's actually playing tonight in the Silver Spring.
No kidding.
Fillmore. And I was gonna go, but I kind of get anxiety around going to concerts. I'm super excited about it. By the time I get there, and I'm like, okay,
too many people.
We actually
you got a big target too.
So it's standing room only, general admission. Doors open at 7. The show starts at 8. I've never heard of any of the opening acts.
Right.
You know, do I really want to stand up in a confined space with a bunch of people for 6 hours? Probably not. So we decided not to go.
We actually played some on Bobby Boogie Bop this month because we did a rotation episode of just stuff we're listening to and newer stuff. Do you have a favorite song on there yet?
The new album? Mm-hmm. Man, I like a lot of them.
I do too.
I like Bach Chevy 7.
I love that.
I like, I don't know, I can tell you, let me look real quick. The O.P. Taylor song, it's like a single.
That was a single.
He says something, a line of something like, Mama sent me down to the MAPCO, which is like a Wawa down south, to get a BC powders and a bag of tobacco. I'm like, God damn, that hits that hits me right in a you know.
In an Alabama place?
Alabama place. The title song is pretty good. Ghetto Cowboy. I like the whole album as a whole. And
You and Me is my favorite song on there.
I'm not. That is a good song too. I'm not an album guy. I normally don't devour a whole album, but I've listened to this. I skipped the intro where his mom's whooping somebody's ass, which is wild as fuck.
Yeah.
But I probably listened to it 4 or 5 times, which is crazy for me because I normally don't do that. I normally just put on a mix.
Yeah, I like it a lot as well. For me, I watched The Watchmen, so to speak, episode 3.
Is it explaining things yet? Are you still?
It's even more confusing now because this past episode was very Watchmen heavy, which the other 2 haven't been.
You wanted something Watchmen heavy.
I do, but now I'm even more confused because I don't really understand how. I'm hoping that all the gears come together.
Well, I feel like it's a good sign that they have a lot of Watchmen stuff in it now.
So like Silk
it's
Spectre
tied.
is in this one.
The real one.
Yes, but she's like old now, obviously, and she's like a federal agent.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. And she talks to Manhattan. You can go to these booths and call Dr. Manhattan and leave a voicemail. And
around the city.
Yeah, I think so. Or it might just be one. I don't know. She goes to one and she like goes in there and she has like this really fucked up joke. It's really cool. It's too long to tell.
So, but they know for a fact that he checks these messages.
Yes, well,
but like he doesn't need to check them, right? He just hears everything, right? He's got it.
Right. Well, you know for a fact that he listened to this one because he kind of responds to her afterward. Yeah, which is cool.
I think you have my attention now.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. Like I don't understand it yet, but I'm engaged in it.
Yeah, it's not to the point where like it's making you frustrated and want to quit.
Yeah,
because there's a fine line.
Right, and there's a podcast. There's a podcast. Like an official Watchmen podcast that has like 3 episodes that are being released simultaneously. So I'm going to check those out because I feel like I do need someone to hold my hand a little bit because like I feel a little lost. But
that's strange for you.
Correct.
Because you usually I'm with the shits.
Yeah. But I'm a little like I don't know if this is I guess what I need to know, and maybe I won't know until it's over. Is this a movie or is this a show about the Watchmen? Or is this a show about the world after the Watchmen? And I need someone to help make sense of all of this in my best Ray voice.
You have before Watchmen, and you have after Watchmen.
Oh, sorry. I hate to interrupt, and I'm going to let you finish, but I forgot to mention I got something really cool this past week. I got the Mythos Obi-Wan sideshow figure. Which is kind of Obi-Wan.
Oh yeah, I love that thing.
Between.
It's 2 different heads though, right? One looks more than one looks more like the other.
No, I think that was the statue that came with 2 heads. So the statue.
But this is a similar concept.
So it's the same concept. It's just it's a soft goods figure. He's got the crazy backpack with it's got the clone trooper armor. It's insane.
It looks great.
It is great.
It does look good.
Like Bobby even said you should display it from the back.
Yeah, I think you should. Looking over his shoulder.
The problem is now that we have an Obi-Wan show which takes place in this time, right? Wifey looks completely different, and then they're gonna have a new figure.
Yeah,
that's the one you probably want, right, Bobby?
Yeah,
from the show, and you wouldn't want this.
Dude, that's exciting. So I am somewhat looking for a episode 4 Obi-Wan, just so I mean, because I have all of them.
Yeah, before, middle, and after.
Yeah, so if anybody has a lead on one of those, that's not a small fortune. Even if it is a small fortune, let me know.
And who knows what they'll re-release, man?
Yeah, it's true.
Let's see what else. So I watched The Last Jedi.
Where the baby thought I was.
Where the baby thought you were Rose Tico. The dude, from the time that they start like because I have issues with the second act of that film. In spite of my love for it, the second act is the part that I have a problem with.
Yeah, I think you can cut it out.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Yeah,
but the from when they start fighting in that throne room to the end of the movie, that shit is a 10 out of 10 for me from that point forward to the end. But that part where like these TIE fighters are flying and it's like and like 4 of them get blown up, and then they cut to a scene over top of the salt, and you see the shadow of the Falcon fly across the battle scene, and the music hits, and the whole bit. Like, that's fucking perfect Star Wars to me. I don't know if it's the Force sensitive, if it was Esteban that found this, or if he saw it and discovered it. Both are likely because of who he is. But he shared on the Force sensitive Instagram. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but like the framing and the expression of Luke in 6 when he has his dark moment is the same in 8 when he's showing his dark moment. Like, it's purposefully done.
Yeah,
like
I saw that. That was really dope.
And that's the thing about Rian Johnson that I want him to get more Star Wars, because I feel like it is everything he does. There's layers to that onion, and
like he knows what he's doing. He knows.
Yeah, and he knows, and whether or not he did with the characters what people wanted, because I think people wanted Luke Skywalker as Superman to come in, which is not what I wanted, but it is what I expected. To be fair,
no, but that's the thing when you're a fan of a material, everyone wants something.
Correct.
But like don't expect what you want to be what happens.
Correct.
That's all.
Correct. So it was beautiful, some of the stuff that's been coming out of that.
Is he still getting the trilogy or no? I forgot now.
So he just recently said, so like a couple weeks ago, he said something that sounded like he wasn't.
Yeah, right.
And then this week he said something that sounded like he is.
So I'm confused.
So I would imagine that they're still in talks, but nothing is solidified, is kind of my thing. And he said that Knives Out, which is getting all this kind of like claim, it's the movie he put out recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't even heard of it.
But he said it was inspired by the fan reaction to Last Jedi. So now
that sounds like some shit you would do.
Yeah, now I'm like, dude, give me this fucking thing immediately. But it also, like, I mean, it's up for awards and all sorts of shit. Like, it's a big deal, which might help, his position in Lucasfilm as well, theoretically. Let me see what else. Yeah. I officially started filming the music video for this year.
Yes.
And I'm happy with the shots that I have. It's not a whole lot, but it is a sequence.
It's very good material.
Yeah,
it
really looks
like
it's
I'm
different.
looking forward to us shooting it. It sounds like it's gonna be fun.
So I can't give away what we're doing.
Yes, no. But we're having calzones, right?
We are going to have calzones. It's a thing at my house, a tradition, I feel like, at this point, to have formal dinners with trash food.
Well, last time was pizza.
Yeah. So at least this will be homemade. But I'm excited to do that filming and like place it all together. And I'm gonna have like all of that. I'm gonna have in color, and then all the other stuff with me is all black and white. So there's like this juxtaposition of.
I think a sepia tone would look nice on the.
Yeah, well, I tried it, but
not on what you've done, but what we're gonna do.
Oh, what you're gonna do? Maybe I'll try it.
Yeah,
but because I tried a sepia on mine and it was a little too warm. But anyway, I'm excited about it. It's coming together. It looks nice. I don't know. I forget every year how much I enjoy the editing of that stuff.
Yeah, because you get stressed out beforehand. It's like, fuck, I got to make a video.
Yeah. But I really, really, really enjoy it. I'm trying to think if I got anything else or did anything else. I did get the Justice League Batman.
I didn't even see him over there.
Yeah.
You have so many Batmans. He just like
no, honestly,
he just belong. Yeah.
Well, I just look at that case and I don't know. I didn't notice it.
Yeah.
There he is.
He's got a much bigger head than Christian Bale.
God, I hate those stands though, man.
I do too. But they will
they're so tall.
But they're stupid for a DTOF. But they're not bad stands independently. Do you know what I mean?
They're not good for Billy's either.
But the thing I'm saying is, I mean, if you look at like the Suicide Squad or any of the other ones, they're an inch tall, not 3 inches tall.
Right.
So just I don't know.
Like I'm just trying to figure out what shelf they're trying to fit this onto.
But I don't use stands.
I don't know if they care.
I don't use stands on my 6 scale anyways. I'm just a complete rogue.
Yeah, which I think is cool, and I might end up adapting. I moved all my Marvel shit out of here, and placed them together. Because that's in a transitional period for me. Joe and I talked about booking, but I really need to look up Joe. I really it's haunting me, so I need to look at that behind the sofa table.
Shelves thing.
Yeah, I need to.
Should have hit up Chris.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think if I did anything else. I'm not sure that I did. Oh, I started watching. So Laura and I were looking for new shows to watch. Laura loves the show. I'm not crazy about them, but we tried a couple. We tried The Young Pope. Watched one episode. Wasn't for me. Jude Law. He's a young pope.
I remember hearing about. I saw like him on some
heard of
show.
this.
Yeah, it wasn't for
Talking
me.
about it,
It was
yeah.
fine, but it was like I'm not committing to this. And then we started watching The Leftovers, which is pretty interesting. So like, there's like one day, October 14th, as a matter of fact, all of a sudden a significant portion of the population just disappears.
Oh, Rapture.
Oh yeah, yeah. So like cars crash. A woman.
Wait, was it 50%? Because that would be theaters.
I don't know. I don't know if they said. I don't know if they said the percentage. A woman puts her baby in the car seat, gets in the car, baby's gone. You know, like all of these things happen, and then you're dealing with life a certain amount of years after this event. And there's like this group, this like cult that is formed called the Remnant. And they like wear all white. They don't speak. They just kind of a constant reminder of it. And the police are trying to handle how to deal with it all. And it's pretty good. It has my attention.
It sounds like an anime.
Yeah.
Like the wacky story.
Yeah.
But I like stuff like that.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's so far so good. I'm only 2 episodes in. But
Is it like a just? I don't know how to say this. Is there someone you're following, or you're just looking at the world?
I would say that you're following probably the police chief, but you're following a handful of characters.
Okay, yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's
Yeah.
not like it's not a singletary.
No.
Point of view.
You're following a handful of characters, but I would say that so far we've spent the most time with him.
Did they talk about anyone who didn't lose anybody just by chance?
So ironically, he didn't.
The police chief.
Yeah, his wife and both of his kids survived the entire process, but his wife still went and joined the Remnant.
Because I mean, extended family. I'm sure somebody lost somebody.
Yeah, and then his son fucked off somewhere, so it's just him and his daughter left.
Oh, that's
But,
weird.
but they're all alive. Like the family made it, but the family didn't make it.
Yeah, it's still 50%.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I'm enjoying it so
What
far.
format is that on?
HBO.
Oh, never
Well, Amazon Prime HBO is what we watch it through now. I'm trying to think if there's anything else noteworthy. Halloween, of course, was a good time, and I've been catching up on videos and stuff and all that. So that's been cool. And that's it, really. I can't really talk about this week. We can table it next week, but I am going through this phase. Chris and I talked a bit on, and actually you and I talked yesterday. We had a lot of good conversations.
Yeah, I
recently.
just stopped. I thought the show was yesterday. It was wrong, but stopped by to like an hour and a half, hang out. It was great.
Yeah. And one of the things that keeps coming up to me in these conversations that I think I use kind of as therapy is like you start talking, you feel a way, you don't know how to express that feeling, so you start trying to express it, and then as you're trying to express it, you kind of stumble upon these nuggets of truth.
I think that's what therapy is about.
I think so. So like, one of the things I found is that like, on one hand, I feel like but also we as a collective are on the cusp of something, good or bad. But I feel like we're in a pivotal place where if we start making some moves and pushing some directions, that some doors could open or close significantly depending on our actions. Mm-hmm. And then shortly after that, information has popped up, weird little things, certain signs from the universe, I feel like.
Yeah, the universe is listening.
And then another thing that I've realized is that I need to refocus. And I need to really understand what it is that I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and what the purpose of it is. And then make decisions regarding my time, who I spend my time with, how I devote that time accordingly. And as a result, some changes are going to come down the pike.
You gotta make time to have chicken sandwiches with your friends. Man.
That's a fact.
I mean,
That's a fucking...
that was my highlight
That's
of the
Mad
day.
Facts Fury Road.
God, fuck.
That's a good one.
Damn. An hour and a half in before we got one of those off. You fuck.
But so yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. A little bit of change. I think a little bit of change is necessary. I think there's a couple things that need to get tightened up. A couple things that we need to, so to speak. A couple new roads that should be explored, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm looking forward to it. I ended up having a conversation with this dude. This dude hit me up on Facebook, and he was like, "Look, just stumbled across your channel recently. I just got back into collecting again recently, and there's some stuff that you've brought up that I think is interesting." Gave me his background. He's like he's a teacher of international business at a college and all this kind of stuff. And he's like, if you wouldn't mind, I think that we could have something that your viewers would like. So I got on the phone with him. I'm not sure that that's true. I'm not sure that he's right about that.
Okay.
But I think that at the very least, it could go on Patreon. At the very most, it could probably be like a bonus thing on Nerd Rage across the boards. But he wants to have some ethical and kind of moral discussions regarding third party and everything else. But then also he was like, he said he wants to have a ethical audit of me. And I was like, I like the sound of this because we talked for a while, and he's not like attacking me. He's not an enemy or an op, as the kids say. But he does have some, like, the opposition.
Post-op?
Yeah. He does have, like, some points and some questions, and, in comparison to both my peers and in comparison to, other companies and other things, and what is it that I do and all this. And just recently at TFCon, I discovered how little people know about all the things that I do. So I need to fix that. And he wasn't aware, and so, like, I'm interested. I'm excited about it. They don't know.
That's too much shit.
It's too much shit. They don't know, but I have to find a way to kind of make it all apparent.
Yeah, I mean, someone has to be like
not a father, Joe, but like a parent to the masses.
You are a parent sometimes.
I am.
Not today. Though.
Not today.
A parrot?
A parrot. Yes.
Dude,
it's a chicken.
That's
because of that sandwich.
That's a fucking complaint I have about the Aladdin movie. I wish Gilbert Gottfried did the voice, but he didn't.
Yeah,
it was some other guy.
He got Me Too'd.
Did he?
Yeah.
Really?
Really early on.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like his second time kind of being Me Too'd. I mean, not for the same things, but he got in big trouble for that 9/11 joke.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
So that was a while back. Yeah, my bad. I hadn't really heard from him since.
Dude, like, it was like on 9/12. And I mean, like, look, comedians, it's their job.
It
I
is.
feel like
It is.
you can't be mad at a comedian for making a joke. You got to give him that. You can say, I'm not going to celebrate this joke.
Especially he's a professional comedian.
Correct.
That's what he does for a fucking living.
But it was like
not all jokes hit.
But it was like on 9/12,
Yeah.
and he was like, sorry, I'm late. I had a layover at the Empire State Building, which is terrible.
But we're laughing.
But I'm laughing because I'm fucked in the head.
I'm laughing too, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it is for some people.
Right.
It might not be for you.
Right,
but he doesn't.
And I think
need to lose his
really
career. Over it.
He's trying to make people laugh, and
right.
That's his. I think his intentions were good. It's just it was quote unquote too soon. Yeah. All right, so let's get into some notes. We don't have.
Wait, how long was this guy? Like, how much has this guy been watching you?
Oh, I don't. I think he recently came across me.
Because I feel like you have to watch a wide spectrum of stuff people to like know who you are. I think that's the thing. Like, because some people follow you in just certain bags, just a Transformer bag. They wouldn't know about Nerd Rage and the music videos and all the other stuff. So, like, someone has to be just your fan to know.
Yeah, and I think there's people that avoid the discussion stuff. They just want to know about the toys.
Just the reviews.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think there's a large population of people that probably just, like, for example, I listen to the discussion stuff.
Yeah, but
I rarely watch it unless it's something I'm interested in. Or I want your opinion.
Well, my numbers reflect that.
Yeah.
Nowadays your reviews are going down and your discussions are going up.
And I remember,
with the exception of like Fans Toys, the last part of a combiner or Takara.
Yeah, like new, like super hype stuff.
And I remember us having a conversation a year and a half, however long ago, you decided you were going to start doing more discussion stuff. That and I'm really glad it's worked out for you. But I'll be critical of you for a minute. You don't do a great job, in my opinion, of like, is there any mention on your Instagram that there is a Patreon?
Nope.
I don't think none of your pages are linked together, are they? Because you should.
Nope.
You're kind of like
Instagram to Facebook to Patreon. They all should be linked together in like one thing.
Well, so my YouTube
and YouTube, yeah, they should all be linked together.
Everything on my YouTube is linked. So you can go to my YouTube. You can get my Twitter, my Facebook, my Instagram.
Can you get to the Patreon from your YouTube?
I believe so.
Okay.
In the description of every video, everything is linked. As for my Instagram, you can only link one thing. So I only link.
You can do a link tree though.
Yeah,
I can show you how to do that.
Yeah, see, I don't know shit about
Basically,
that.
it's a page that you put a bunch of links on. Like I use one for. Well, I don't think I have it turned on. I have one for Crashbox.
See, I don't know shit about that. And I also one thing I don't want to do is oh fuck! I just forgot what I was going to say. Oh, like one of those things where you post it one time and it posts to everything.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't want to post everything to everything. I kind of want everything to be different so that you're following different things for different reasons.
I mean, Instagram is good for that. They have the switch at the bottom, which one to turn on to share too.
Yeah, so you can share to your Facebook, Twitter, or Tumblr, the things I've never heard of. I mean, you can click where you want it to go.
God bless.
Each time.
See, I need somebody. I need somebody to just make sense of all this for me.
And you're not. We're all in the same age group. You don't have age to blame that shit on.
Yeah, it's just ignorance. It's just ignorance. But yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. I'm optimistic about things and where they're headed and where things are going to go. But let's get into some notes. So bang, 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 bang.
I broke my heart.
Yeah, rest in peace, John Witherspoon. Passed away recently. Thanks for the laughs and the entertainment. He keeps fucking grating Friday, obviously.
I got bitten in the ass by a filthy, filthy, stinking, dirty dog, Craig.
He's great in the Boondocks.
Yep.
He was great on the Wayans Brothers.
Yep.
I mean, he literally played the same character for all.
Yeah,
those,
but it's a great
great,
character.
right?
His
Yeah.
stand-up was great.
I didn't know much about stand-up, and I want to go back and check it out.
Dude, he's a funny motherfucker, man.
I mean,
And, I hope he has peace.
Probably the last thing I ever heard from him. He was doing an interview with somebody. They're talking about doing another Friday movie, and he said, "It's all Chris Tucker's fault. We ain't getting his money. He got religion. Jesus done keeping money out of my pockets or something like that." I just thought it was very funny the way he expressed that.
He's fantastic.
They were supposedly making a fourth Friday movie. I don't know how that plays out now.
So, ironically enough, the next note is a sandwich to die for. So, man killed at Maryland Popeyes in fight linked to popular. And I'm not God bless the dead and all that kind of stuff.
God bless the dead.
God bless the dead. But
Too soon to laugh, man. Just talk about this.
Damn the rules.
we live in Maryland. We just had the chicken sandwich. A man was stabbed to death outside of Maryland Popeyes in a fight over the chain's popular fried chicken sandwich. A spokeswoman for the Prince George's Police Department said the 28-year-old, who has not been identified, was killed at a restaurant in Oxon Hill outside of D.C.
Oxon Hill.
The fight began after someone cut in line. Dude, I feel him.
Yeah.
Not that you should kill anybody for it, but
Sock him in the face, though.
yeah, for you to get that angry over anything, for that type of anger to be to develop into this type of violence, again, is very sad and tragic day. Authorities did not identify the suspect. Popeyes began selling the sandwich on Sunday after a 2-month hiatus. First introduced in August,
Damn.
it sold out in just 2 weeks, a surge in popularity prompted by a viral feud with Chick-fil-A. We don't know yet whether this was the result of a dispute over one of our products or something unrelated, but there is no reason for someone to lose their life on a Monday night in a parking lot. Tuesday night, anybody's fucking guess. Monday night, no chance.
Thursday, 3 p.m., anything goes.
Our thoughts are with the victim's family and friends, and we are fully cooperating with local authorities. And our thoughts are with them as well. It's a fucking bummer, but it is crazy, man. This fucking chicken sandwich is out of control, and it's very good, but I wouldn't kill anybody for it, and I certainly wouldn't lay down my life for it, but it was very good.
I mean, I carried a knife in the Chick-fil-A today. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a fact. Well, to kill Chick-fil-A
not
sandwich, so that
Chick-fil-A
you could go
shit.
get a Popeye sandwich.
No, in the Popeyes. And the guy behind me said he had a pocket full of screwdrivers. So,
That's a fact.
granted, I work for a utility company, I think, so it's probably warranted.
So, Diabolical Diablo. So, there's Diablo 4 is coming, and they released a trailer for it. None of us are really that interested in it.
I am, kind of.
But Joe has been boycotting Blizzard,
Yeah.
which is what I really wanted to talk about regarding this.
I mean, I would have been super excited for them because they had BlizzCon. They have Diablo 4 coming out, and they have.
Hang on, it's BlizzCon. They have a convention just for their stuff.
Dude,
I'm totally
it's
unplugged on this.
Huge. People like expensive ass ticket. People like take week off to fly out there to bid for tickets and shit. But yes, and the Overwatch 2 is coming out, which is weird because they're gonna add the features of Overwatch 2 to Overwatch 1. But that's neither here or there. But I spent a good chunk of time of my life playing the Diablo games, all 3 of them.
Right.
Like each of them.
I need to keep pressure on it because one keeps going out, so to speak.
Each of them at least dozens of hours. The first one probably a couple hundred hours when I was in high school.
It's a first-person shooter, Diablo, or
No. It's over the head point and click.
Okay. So, what is Blizzard's role? Like, what the fuck is going on? Explain this to the layman. China.
This is their game. Oh, we talked about this a little bit before, but they're obviously in the pocket of the Chinese government because of money wise, right? So they have a huge stake over there with how much money because China can just fucking censor shit or take you off the market if they wanted to. They can just like no more Blizzard product ever.
Right. And they have a huge gaming culture in China.
Huge gaming culture. I mean, Asia land, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, like they have like gaming cafes and.
I mean, all over Asia land, like Japan and especially Korea. South Korea is huge with gaming stuff, but just population alone. China,
right?
You can't beat the population,
right?
Even if half the population plays some of the games, sometimes
right.
That's a lot of money. So, I think Blizzard is under the influence of China, especially with this Hong Kong stuff, which is still going on 6 months later.
In order for financial gain and prosperity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we talk about it with the South Park people, how they responded. It's completely opposite of what people like Blizzard is doing, you know?
Well, I just had when I was talking to business guy, you know, he was talking about the Google
Lord business. Did he have a Craggle with him?
Well, you know, he's funny. He started coming out of his shell a little bit on that. We had a lengthy. I was on the phone with when you came over to get
yesterday.
And he was. I made some low key joke at community college, right? And then he was like, "Well, easy now. I teach at community college." And I was like, "Dude, I went to community college for 3 years."
Hey, so did I.
And me too. And he was like, "It shows." And he went and he like went right. So I was like, "Okay, all right, I like it. I know the vibes." But I forget. Oh, he was talking about how Google had this phrase that was like "do no evil" or "do no whatever," like one of their golden rules. Yep. But then all this shit came out about the stuff that they were doing in China and it caused like a bit of a internal like lashback or backlash. With I always say lashback.
I like that.
Sounds hotter.
It does. Put some sauce on it.
Yeah, backlash,
spicy mustard, spicy mayonnaise.
I can't stand spicy mayonnaise. And how, you know, and those sort of things. That it does make me think about, you know,
they censor stuff over there.
And not only that, but that is coming more to the top. Like one of those things, like you start talking about, like when you hear a word and then you never hear, and then you hear it all the time. Like we talked about last week. But like, you know, this idea of business and ethics, and you know, where do you draw the line for yourself for dollars and cents?
Yeah, like we even talked about earlier. Like I'm glad I have this Popeyes sandwich because first of all it's closed, and second of all, like I don't go to Chick-fil-A.
I need to talk about the sandwich for a minute. Do you think the spicy one is just the sauce is different, or is it a different piece of chicken?
I don't know. It might be a different piece of chicken because they have spicy chicken and regular chicken.
They do, but I couldn't see it because I was wearing a mask. But did you see any red in it?
I didn't know.
See, it tasted more like it was coming from the sauce.
So because I'm going directly there after this.
Are you really?
Oh yeah, him too.
I'm probably gonna get one to take.
So I'm gonna get an extra sauce, and so if it's spicier, then I would know.
Okay.
But
I might go with you and get one for Laura.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get one for Krista.
I might tell my wife who was going out today to get her own damn chicken.
Have some you time.
That's right. Have some you time. Eat a chicken sandwich.
So like if we try to boycott everything that makes us unhappy, we will be a hermit. We'll be living off the woods by ourselves, right?
Right.
But like if something is
if you look hard enough for something, you're going to find it.
Exactly. But if something's blatantly obvious to me, and if I can help it,
then help it.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm with you. I'm going to boycott Blizzard as well. I don't know.
Not the Dairy Queen.
Absolutely not.
Never.
Listen,
you got the vibes.
They got to turn them upside. As long as they turn it upside down for me.
Dude, I will fail videos when they turn upside down and just plop on his head.
Are they out there? I haven't seen them.
I've seen it. Some of you have to turn it over your head sometimes. One time, like it fucking came out on this lady's head.
I'll tell you that the Blizzard has taken a decline. When I first started having Dairy Queen Blizzards, they used to use the immersion blender. To blend the toppings into the ice cream. Now I feel like it just mixes it in the ice cream. Like if I get a cookie dough one, it's just chunks of cookie dough throughout the ice cream, but it's not like broken up into little itty bitty pieces all over the ice cream.
It's more like Cold Stone when they like mash up.
Yes.
Versus, I like the blended better.
Yeah,
well, you know, the McDonald's came out with a McFlurry, which it's very similar to a Blizzard.
It's okay. I mean,
it's soft serve ice cream with shit mixed in.
Right.
Sonic can do no wrong.
Exactly.
No wrong.
Fuck.
We need to do.
I'm glad we don't have a Sonics here.
Neither can Chick-fil-A. Wait.
There's one in. there's a Sonic in Frederick right in front of the Walmart.
I know. I go there.
I do too.
I hate that Chick-fil-A is wrapped up in all that bullshit because I really like their food and I don't.
I mean, people eat there all the time. I don't think anyone judges you. I think it's a personal choice.
No, I don't. It's not about outside. It's internal. Like, you know, it's like, man, like I wish but it's like, the fucking chicken is so good. Their fucking milkshakes are delicious. And like, I'll be honest with you. Like, if you open up a Chick-fil-A here, it'd be out of here. All these fucking yuppies around here, you fucking.
Well, there'll be a Chick-fil-A versus Popeye thing going on. Someone is going to get stabbed.
Dude, we'll put them across the street from one another.
For
you
sure.
Know, you can buy
that space over there. It's all empty. There's fucking nothing but land here in this goddamn town.
Yeah, dude. And then we could put the fights on pay-per-view.
You're a fucking entrepreneur. Why don't you fucking franchise one out?
Yeah.
That shit's mad expensive. It's Chick-fil-A's most expensive franchise.
But then you make a lot of money.
Is it $25,000 up front? I feel like.
No,
$250,000.
It's like $250,000 up front.
Oh no shit! Maybe I've had the 25, right? That's how my brain works. See, my brain works like that. My brain says it's a quarter something, and it's way more money than you have. So it doesn't matter if it's 25,000
or 250,000
or 250,000. It's the same amount. It's the same.
You know the cheapest fast food franchise you can buy?
McDonald's.
Oh Lord, no.
Subway.
You're getting close.
Tell me.
Quiznos.
Do they still exist?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck Quiznos.
You can buy a franchise.
Fuck them.
You don't like Quiznos?
No.
Well, who did they piss off, Joe?
No, nobody. I just don't like them.
Oh,
I think that bullshit. The food is bullshit.
I used to eat it a lot. proximity to where I worked, it was like the closest spot to really get something, and I fucked up some Quiznos. I really enjoyed it. I haven't had it in a long time.
The only thing is that the cheap, like the $4 sub, but I like Jersey Mike's.
I don't compare those two because
Potbellies.
I have Popeyes. Yeah,
I don't think it's fair to compare those either.
They're in the same bag though.
But Potbellies is like a restaurant.
No,
is it though?
No, it's
not really.
No? You stand in line, order
you
your
can't
food,
sit
pick
there
it
to
up.
eat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can sit down and eat. But
yeah.
I like sandwiches. Period. You put something between two slices of bread or a
me
bun,
too.
I'm probably down.
I had somebody say something to me that fucked me up one time. Where like we were going out to
we're talking about chicken sandwiches basically for an hour.
Yeah. Well, the name of this is definitely that. But like we were going out, we were gonna make dinner together, and went out and looked around for ingredients to buy for dinner. And they're like, what do you like to eat? And I started like rattling things off, and they're like, oh, okay. Do you like anything that's not a sandwich? And it's kind of fucked with me because I think about it a lot. I'm like, fuck, not really. Like I'll eat chicken and steak. But like everything else, I pretty much want like either in a taco shell, a soft wrap, or fucking 2 pieces of bread.
Yeah,
you fold your pizza in half to make it a sandwich.
Yeah. Or pasta.
I do that.
Yeah.
Or pasta.
Yeah.
Okay, so
literally, you're taking pizza and making it into a sandwich when we have our dinner by making a calzone.
Yeah.
So let me just give it a little more thought if I can.
Please.
With the Blizzard, it's different. I understand. Like here, it doesn't really
because they mix it all in the ice cream. That's why it's different. That's what makes it. No, go ahead.
Because you guys, I mean, it's not your country, it's not your culture. You don't. I mean, you probably the first time anybody heard about Hong Kong, like in anything other than a reference for knockoffs or whatever. It's different having grown up there and having basically fled the place because of China. Right. Having grown up, I was a kid. We watched on TV when the tanks roll over the people.
Yikes.
In the Tiananmen Square, that picture or just a mention of it is illegal in China. You can't, if you search that shit on Google, you can't. They don't teach that shit in the history school, in history classes. They pretend it never fucking existed. So growing up in that environment, it hits me a little bit harder.
No doubt.
So just want to put out there. Like I said, I know you can't fucking boycott everything or whatever, but you got to do something to stand for yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
It's tough, the personal element of it for sure. And
and the fucked up thing is, I'm glad in the way things happen the way they are because I wouldn't be here otherwise. I'll still be in Hong Kong. You know
right?
What I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm happy to be here.
Continue.
No, I think I'm done.
But this is dude, if I could have got that shit going during the fucking but it is tragic. I just wanted to break the mood a little bit, but it's a fucking I don't think it's specific to just China either. Like there's I think that Americans are privileged. American privilege, if you will. I think that Americans are privileged in a lot of ways where we can kind of bury our heads in the sand and continue on with our pursuit of happiness.
Yeah.
And it's like we make decisions, and it's just like when I start thinking about some of the stuff that we do recently, right? Like cancel culture and all this shit, and it's like, okay, like sure, right? Like, Louis C.K. jerks off on the phone with somebody or whatever. And it's a big deal. And you tweet about it on your iPhone where kids are used to mine products to send to another country for kids to assemble.
Yep.
You gonna boycott that?
Nope.
Nah, just the guy jerking off that somebody couldn't just hang up the phone. And I'm not excusing his behavior or whatever, but it's like, you know how long I'm going to sit on the phone with some dude jerking off?
15, 20 minutes.
About 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, I caught that one.
It's also like a varying degree of atrocities, right? Like you jerking off on the phone with somebody versus you raping somebody per se.
Easy now.
Right, I feel like people are putting it in the same bag.
I agree. Well,
that's the problem.
It seems like so let's take it off me for just a second, Joe, if you don't fucking mind. But it's like
shifting blame.
Aside from the legal aspect of it, but just the kind of
morality.
Nah, not even morality, but like the social consequence. What's the difference in professional and social consequence between R. Kelly and Louis C.K. You know what I mean? Like someone who was raping children.
Yeah.
You know,
consistently.
like the consequence socially remained the same. And that's not like, that they say like the punishment has to fit the crime.
Well, you're exactly right. That's like, if you get caught shoplifting, it shouldn't be the same penalty if you committed murder. Right. And I think this culture that has been created that we live in now is good or bad. It's black and white.
Right.
We don't live in a black and white world.
No, we live in a gray world.
We're in a gray, varying shades of gray.
We don't know.
I think there's 50 shades of gray, right, Joe? Is there 50?
I wouldn't know.
52 on a Friday night.
Well, Joe's probably got about 112 shades of gray.
Well, I'm hoping he gets the 113th because I want to try that one out.
Yeah.
I think that that's kind of Hawkins.
Stephen Hawkins?
Hawkins High School.
It kind of Stephen Hawkins. Back to the conversation we had last week. Oh baby, oh baby.
He's dead, so it's okay, right?
That's how the rules work, right?
Damn the rules.
That once you have the few golden boys, the few Supermans, the few Captain Americas, and then you have the few darknesses and the few spawns, but most humans are somewhere on the fucking spectrum, both autistically and I think there's some truth to that too.
I think there is because it is a spectrum.
Yeah, but both autistically. I mean, I didn't mean to say it twice. I really didn't. It was a one-time joke. I'm pushing my luck. But both, in terms of morality, and I think in terms of a lot of things. I think sexually. I think. Creatively, I think personality, morals, ethics, I think all those things where it's most of the time that you're on a spectrum. I know I do things. I know I do some things wrong. Mm-hmm. I always go back to this Joe Budden lyric where he said, I got the side I never showed to you, the side where everybody is disposable. And I know that I'm quick to do that. Mm-hmm. And I think it's a self-defense mechanism, but in my head, I'm like, wait, what? Nope, cut them off. Cut them off before they cause you serious harm. And that's maybe not always and maybe not often the ethical or morally right thing to do, but I'm more in the darker shade of the gray in that spectrum. And I think that there's just
nuance to things.
That's the exact word I was going to choose. It's just across the board. There just needs to be more nuance. Not everything is so good, bad, right, wrong, evil and holy.
I think, I understand knee-jerk reflexes, but I think everyone should have those. That's fine, but just take a couple minutes afterwards. Just think to yourself a little bit before you jump to conclusions.
Yeah, it's called a jump to conclusions, Matt.
This idea. This is horrible.
But it always, that
movie.
That Matt gives me PTSD in the movie when I see it. Let me tell you why.
This is weird.
So I speaking of sexism, I had a teacher named Mrs. Mazeritz in first grade.
Sounds like she should have had some books. Mrs. Mazeritz Magicians. I don't know, something.
But she fucking hated boys. Hated them. She treated us different. It was obvious. Everybody knew it. My wife and I went to the same elementary school. My wife was aware of it. Her parents were aware of it, even though she wasn't in Miss Mazuritz's class.
Did you guys go to the same school at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know each other?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking wild to me.
Yeah.
Right? That lifetime.
I'll tell you a funny story about my wife and I. First time I met her was at...
Did you wipe a booger on her shirt?
No.
And then I knew.
But I'll tell you a couple funny stories now that they're coming to me. But first time I met her was at a kiddie pool.
Wow.
Yeah. And
see, that sounds so weird, but you were children, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So I was...
what was the kiddie pool filled with? Was it Jello?
Yeah, no. We were 4 or 5. And
you remember this?
Yeah, I remember it clear as day.
That's crazy,
So
right?
I was friends with this girl, Holly. Holly was friends with Laura. Holly, Laura, and this girl, Phoebe, were like a triad.
It sounds like they'd be a triad.
Well,
no, not that
easy.
So they have dragon tattoos?
Yes, and they all wore the same suit as Bruce Lee.
The yellow one?
But and those little hats. Those little hats are dumb. You got to take responsibility for them little
They're
hats.
fucking dumb.
All right, so we were at this pool, and I knew Holly. But as soon as I saw Laura, I was into her. Like I was into her as a kid. I was like, man. And so they were playing the Madonna movie where she was with the cougar. Do you remember? Who's that girl? Or I'm that girl? Or
I don't know.
Madonna stars in it, and she has like a mountain lion.
I've never seen
like,
it.
and she's
I'm
like,
aware of what you're talking
and
about.
she's
I've
like in
never
the
seen it.
city. So I was like, I'm trying to get in on this shit. So they were like, I was like, can I play? And they're like, well, it's a girls movie and all this shit. I'd seen the movie. I actually kind of low key liked it, but
Of course.
she's like, who would you even be? And I was like, well, I know who I would be. I would be the cougar, because I was like, they're all gonna pet me. You know what I mean? And
At 4 years old.
yeah.
Some of us develop sooner.
So like Phoebe and Holly, all about it, mad pets. And Holly, not for nothing, there was a psychologist that sat down with her right at that moment, because it ended up being a self-fulfilling prophecy. Story for another day in a different platform. But
Patreon only.
but Laura,
$12 tier.
Laura wouldn't partake.
Oh,
Yep, and she was like, you're not a cougar, you're a boy. Like, she kept, saying, like, always trying to take the fun out of it, you know. To still, so that's one of my first memories of her. Another memory I have of her is in second grade. I think we had the same teacher, and she sat in front of me at like sit down floor time, and was like leaning over, and the back of her shirt came up, and I could see her underwear, and it had like these little bears on it. And I was like, and I just remember thinking to myself, like, man, I want to see the rest. I want to see the rest of that. I want to see the rest of that bad. And I was also, to be fair to the listeners, before they turn into anything stupid, I was also 7, 8 years old, whatever. I was the appropriate age for the classroom.
Before you get me too.
Before I get canceled. But yeah, and then we started dating in 10th grade, you know, and I hadn't seen her from 5th grade to 10th grade.
hey, remember me? I'm that dude you wouldn't pet.
Well, well she doesn't remember that. She doesn't remember a lot of things.
Young memories, man. Some certain things stick with you, some things don't.
I had
and I think a lot of things we do to ourselves in our youth maybe affect our memories.
And you know what's funny is she said, like, one of the things that drew her to me in high school was mystery, because I would always stand on this wall in this one cross traffic area with headphones on and just listen to music between classes and watch the people as they went by. And she was like, you were mysterious, which is funny because now I'm on a podcast where I tell people if I get my ass eat. You know what I mean? Like, there's like no mystery left.
Right. No mystery.
So sometimes I wonder if it's ruined the allure. So
that was a 30-minute rambling about.
It all started with China.
That's right.
Yep.
Just real
Thanks,
quick.
China.
And ended with eating ass.
Yeah.
And chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken sandwich off that ass.
2 of the 3 best things.
Right?
Dude, the spicy sauce.
Real quick, I just thought it would be worth mentioning this Age of Apocalypse Marvel Legends stuff. Did you see this?
The figures?
Yeah.
Oh,
I did.
that's a Sunfire?
Yeah. Sunfire.
I'm excited. No.
Is that a crossbow?
It's a crossbones.
Sunfire, Sabretooth.
Where's the regular head?
I don't think they did
no,
a regular
No,
head
he
one.
didn't have a regular
Oh, it's
head.
coming with Homeboy's legs.
There's another. Oh, and then they showed like the wolf, the beast. Is it Beast? That's the gray from Age of Apocalypse.
Think so. I'm not super familiar with that. But.
So, like, I never read the comic. I would read it, but I never read the comic, so I'm not interested in all this. But it's going to be more money saved for me in Marvel Legends next year, which is nice.
Yeah.
And it is cool.
I thought you were like in a crossroads with Marvel Legends anyway.
No. Marvel Legends. Because I'm so close to being done. Marvel Legends. I mean, it's Marvel Hot Toys. I'm at a crossroads with.
No, because we're talking about having all those legends on your shelf, and you could use the space for something better.
Well, when you put it like that, Joe, I'm at a crossroads with a lot of shit.
yeah.
Slow key shit on Marvel Legends. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, but on the surface, the Hot Toys are in much more danger than the Legends. But I would keep, if I got rid of all my Hot Toys for Marvel, I would keep Cap, Iron Man, and Thor.
Yeah,
and
the obvious.
And Infinity War Thanos.
Yeah,
those would be the 4 I would keep. But that's the question I'm asking myself: are those 4 enough? That's what I keep coming back to, because I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck about Doctor Strange. Like, I have him in there, and I'm like, what the fuck? But maybe I give more of a fuck about him than I do Ant-Man, which is coming soon. So who the hell knows?
Well, maybe you like him more with Doctor Strange 2.
Maybe.
Electric Boogaloo. I'm sorry. Anytime somebody says something.
Yeah, I wish it
by the
was,
way,
though.
I hate sequels that are just the number. Come up with a subtitle for it.
Yeah,
I mean, I love the John Wick franchise, but John Wick 2 is just called John Wick 2.
It's like
It's fine. It's just
I know it's just like
it's another True Romance reference when he's like, we don't have a name for. He's like, this looks great. You like those? It's our dailies. Is that what they're called? Yeah. What is it? We don't have a name for it yet, but it's the sequel to Body Bags. But what is Jim like? Body Bags 2. And then he's like, oh, well, that's imaginative. I have more taste in my penis.
but sometimes sequel names are trash.
That's true, too.
They are.
Ooh, that's a good discussion.
I really like Alien to Aliens.
Yeah,
That's a fucking great
It's
one.
confusing. When you talk to people, you always have to say aliens, the second one.
Or you say
Yeah.
Alien.
Right, the first one.
Just the concept.
Yeah, the concept is very cool, and it's appropriate.
The horror movie, not the sci-fi movie.
I feel like I need to do more research for that one.
That'd be a good one.
You know what title I don't like? As I just
Batman Returns?
Dark Knight Returns or Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, that.
They were obviously trying to capitalize on the success of Dark Knight by calling it, because I like Batman Begins, the Dark Knight, and I almost wish the third one was like the Caped Crusader or some other thing that was like a name for Batman, So that one bothers me. BVS, Dawn of Justice, is just a lot. It should have just been called Dawn of Justice.
Yeah,
right.
That would.
Yeah, but they wanted those names.
I mean, you can't even say Batman versus Batman. You say BVS.
Everybody says BVS.
Anything a Star Wars story is trash. I'm just putting that out there. Like, it should just be called Solo. It should just be called Rogue One. It shouldn't be called.
They want that name.
They want that name in there.
But because you don't need it. We know what it is.
Dude, Baltimore Brandon just said, let's call him. He said, get the spicy chicken sandwich for Popeyes. I'm calling him.
Ask him how his pecs are doing.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Yo,
you're live on Nerd Rage.
What up?
Oh, what's up, everyone?
So the reason why I'm calling you, we took a pause during this recording to run up the street and get spicy chicken sandwiches all around from Popeyes to try. So what was your, is this the first one you've had?
I've had one. I had the spicy one and I had the original.
Okay. So what are your thoughts?
I loved it. Loved the spicy one.
Yeah, the spicy one is great.
Yeah, that's the one we had.
Yeah.
Do you think it's better than Chick-fil-A?
I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because of your political beliefs? Joe also agrees with you. I am saying that they are equal but different, like what we tried to do with equality for sexes in the 60s.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that the Popeyes was great, but I don't know. Chick-fil-A is just, it's classic almost,
Because it's been around for so long.
It's been around for so long.
So if someone says I'm bringing over chicken sandwiches, I wouldn't be upset with either choices.
That I agree with.
Yeah.
So that means they're equal
I wouldn't
to me.
be disappointed if somebody said I was bringing chicken sandwiches and brought this and not Chick-fil-A.
What if they were McChicken sandwiches when they got
No, get the fuck out.
Then I'd be like, I thought you were bringing chicken sandwiches.
Those are horrible.
You're off the podcast.
All right, Brandon.
Bye, guys.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, later.
See you.
That's a good
This
dude.
chicken sandwich theme for the show is just.
I like him a lot, man. I wish he would come
He's a cool
out
dude.
more.
I mean, he just lives kind of far, doesn't he?
Yeah, he lives in Brooklyn, not New York, Brooklyn. But, I think I don't know if him and Mel is in Brooklyn. I don't know if they live
I
together.
didn't know there was a Brooklyn here.
Yeah, South Baltimore.
That's a California and a Hollywood in Maryland also.
I knew there was a Pasadena.
Yes.
I learned that
Yeah,
recently.
so
That
Pasadena
confuses
is
me
just
very
like Glen
much.
Burnie, except they have boats in the front yard.
Yeah. I've been to both places, so yeah, you're right.
So let's move on. Let's see what else we have. Mando news.
Mando?
I was just gonna say real quick before we move on. Is there any other Marvel Legends line that you'd be like, "Damn, that's fucking cool"? If they copied a particular book or point in history, that they were like, "The whole wave is this."
They already done everything, though, haven't they? What,
They've done a lot.
What are they missing? Then we can choose.
Well, like, for instance, what is it? It's not Extinction Agenda. It might be actually. They do it in Extinction Agenda, where all of the X-Men had the same uniform.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
What's the one with the white Magneto? That's kind of.
He's always white.
He's Jewish.
I'll tell you, I've got it right here. Because guess what? Mesco's doing a white.
Oh, there you go.
There's a
Magneto.
statue of
Like,
it, and there's
what about
a
Old Man Logan?
figure art.
I would
They've
like
done the Logan. What do they did? Like the Hawkeye.
I
and
would
the-
like to have those characters.
Yeah, that would
from
be cool.
Bunch of old dudes on your shelf, man. Old
a bunch of old dudes in my basement.
True. True. Marvel Now is what they call it. Marvel
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ultimates.
I don't know. Yeah, that one.
that's
Yeah. The figure, not the figure arts player.
Like an Ultimates Iron Man, I think would be cool.
See,
the triangle
I don't
head.
like that design.
But I think it's. I would say I don't like the age.
Yeah, it's cool to me.
That's what I'm saying.
Because what did they canceled it? That universe got canceled.
Cancel culture, man.
Like it's gone. They just took the people what they wanted. Took what
the predecessor to cancel culture. It's all Marvel's fault.
I like what they're doing.
What did they keep other than Spider-Man from Ultimates? That's all they took. They killed everybody else.
Yeah. Well, and Nick Fury is
Black Nick Fury.
Black Nick Fury.
Yeah. What happened to White Nick Fury? Is he dead? I guess.
Ooh, what about
Earth
question. X? Like the super old, like it's like the Kingdom Come of Marvel.
What book is the? You actually gave me this figure at NJCC when you're at Cyclops with the X on his face.
Oh, that's newish,
huh?
Yeah, it's newish.
Yeah. Well, I know. Like I ended up sending that to Esteban. Has that figure now because he was looking for it. I'm like, I have that sitting.
That's around the same time with Phoenix Force, right?
I think so. I have him in one of them over there.
I will say I know it's a pain in the ass.
Did
to
they
get
do
for
Phoenix
people,
Force?
But I like the way they're doing the Danny Moonstar with the different heads that you can get at Walgreens. It's the same figure with 3.
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Danny Moonstar sounds like someone that teaches yoga and he's vegan.
Or a porn star.
And it's definitely
or a vegan. It's a vegan zombie porn star.
So Danny Moonstar is a female X-Men. Danny Moonstar, the yoga teacher, 100% a guy. And spells it the same, D-A-N-I.
Yes.
He probably wants to read you a poem about his vegan bicycle.
Damn the rules. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I would necessarily want to see. Most of my, I don't have the greatest Marvel comic collection. It's decent, but it's kind of hard to really draw inspiration from. I would love to see like a classic, or not a classic, but when they redid Guardians. Let me get it real quick. This Bendis run of Guardians, like that.
That's pretty cool.
Look for them.
Yeah.
I think, did they not do those?
Select did the Gamora.
I could have sworn there was no. You know what? It was in the 18th scale stuff. They did a box set of
These
those.
are great, by the way.
Those
if you ever want to borrow them.
Yeah.
The Bendis ones. And then they got trashed too. But after the movie,
that always happens.
Oh, was that pre-movie?
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest with you, I'd never even heard of the Guardians.
Yeah, because
prior to the movie.
I mean,
it was right before.
Do you know
the movie.
Guardians as the movie was when it turned me into a Marvel movie universe fan? Because I didn't care. I'm like, who the fuck are these people? Why didn't the fuck they make a movie about them?
Right.
I'm not even gonna watch it.
I was in the same. I don't think I went and saw it.
And then one of my friends was like, "You gotta watch it. I'm bringing it over because they had it on fucking Blu-ray." Or whatever. I'm watching. I'm like, oh shit, man. I guess from that point on, they know what they're doing. They can just fucking make anything good.
Yeah, it's a good. I mean,
good to watch anyway.
I love that movie until the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But I love that movie, and I love those characters. I love Rocket and Groot a lot, like a lot. So
you're keeping those?
I probably would keep those two. I don't know if I would
it's
just
not
play
just
them.
the three. Then.
Yeah, I would probably put them somewhere else though.
So you don't need the whole team at that point.
So I don't, because I don't really give a shit. I got Star-Lord and I got Gamora coming, and I'm fucking this one and fucking that one, and the whole shit. But the only ones I really care about is Rocket and Groot, and only those.
Not Baby Groot.
Nope, just those personifications of Rocket and Groot. All right, and then our last note is just a little Mando news. We got a new character. Meet Fennec Shand. Ming-Na wins the Mandalorian character. I don't know anything about her.
What she look like?
She's
Like
tricky.
this?
Well, let me tell you something. We got our inspiration really from the name. The idea of Fennec Fox came to mind. She's tricky, and yet she's able to maneuver and survive and be stealthy, so very graceful and agile. I just love the whole image with the name.
Like a ninja.
She's definitely someone who's loyal to herself. She's sexy as fuck.
Let me see.
Definitely like a ninja.
Right on.
That shit starts
like next weekend.
Next week.
Tuesday. I got to secure the bag on that still.
I got mine. I can't wait. Tuesday. Yeah. Tuesday it starts. And then the first week is Tuesday, Friday. An episode on Tuesday, an episode on Friday, and then it's every Friday afterwards, like past Christmas.
Nice.
How many episodes is it?
I don't even know.
They don't even say?
I think it's
they have said
10 or 12, I would imagine.
It goes on.
Yeah, it's not a miniseries.
No.
It's ongoing, like season by season.
Seems like it. I guess it could theoretically still be a miniseries because it'd be about 8, 9.
Yeah.
Well, they've already greenlit a second season, so
correct.
I would just call it a series. I wouldn't call it a mini-series.
Who would you like? I had this conversation with Tyler and Andy recently. Lucasfilm, if Kathy Kennedy does step down after Indy 5, which is kind of the rumor, who would you like to see take over there? Obviously, we don't know shit. You know what I mean? It'd just be shooting in the dark.
Yeah.
Like, what do they have? Does she have final creative control? Is that her role? Like, what does she do?
No, I think she has. I think she has. Well, she obviously has firing power.
Okay.
Because she's a huge feminist and she's hired all these white guys to do all the roles for the stuff behind it, the creative stuff. But and she probably I think that she has more control than she utilizes, because I think she gave JJ and Ryan Johnson a ton of fucking leeway. I think she reined in Solo.
Like she has the executive power to do stuff if she wanted to.
Yes. So Bob Iger controls Lucasfilm at Disney, but she controls Lucasfilm.
What do you think J.J. Abrams would want to do it if they offered it to him?
I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the person I would want, though.
Yeah.
You want Ryan Johnson?
I mean, they would never do that because of all the shit. But I wouldn't necessarily be mad at that. But the names that come, like Dave Filoni.
Yeah, Dave Filoni. That's the one that we talked about this once before. I think that
you don't want Fiji Water to take.
Who is Fiji Water? Oh, you talking about Froggy Frog? No, he's the person I don't want.
I know.
Froggy Fresh.
I'm familiar with his catalog.
Kevin Froggy Fresh.
Oh, Fiji.
He's the person I don't want anywhere near.
That's
Fjord.
That's why I want to throw it out there.
Yeah.
Is it a fjord?
It is. That's actually
Guy Fieri.
I actually caught myself watching an hour and a half of diners diving.
It's not a bad show, man. People shit on it.
It's not, but he's just
they did one in Jessup. You saw that?
with his
no.
Yeah, it's like a little taco stand or something.
So I went in. There's a pit beef restaurant in front of a strip club somewhere in Baltimore.
Dude, it's good. I fucking love that place.
It's good. They've opened one in Frederick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's as good though, because I've been eating there before the show. I've been eating there since a long time ago. I never went to the strip club though.
They had a poster of like a signed poster from Guy Fieri from. I think it was way faded. It was still hanging. I'm like, can you not ask him for a new poster? Or
we had a mopping contract at the one in Jessup, and we ended up mopping the basement, and cockroaches everywhere.
Of course,
everywhere,
dude. Like, if you live in the city, like, there's fucking roaches and rats behind every fucking wall.
Yeah. Paulo Hidalgo wouldn't be someone I would be mad at.
The guy that does the books, right?
Yeah.
But does he have any?
I don't think so, but I think he's done some writing and some creative design stuff. I think he gets it. I follow him on Twitter, which is a weird flex, but it seems like he understands that world a lot. I wouldn't be pissed if Favreau got it.
What crazy world?
That's another one.
What if a crazy alternate universe? George Lucas.
I mean, the one thing's for sure, we'd be in for a ride.
What would your reaction be?
Well, but
let's say like they announced that. We'd be like, fuck.
No, I'd just be like, oh boy, here we go. You know what I mean? Put your crazy hat on. Time to get nuts. You want to get nuts? There was something else I was going to say. I read this week also to my nerd week, Batman Metals. I'm not finished it yet. I'm not sure if I have the proper trade. I might have to get with Raul.
Hang on, which do you have the Batman Who Laughs book?
I have that as well. I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
Batman Metals is like a collection of short stories. They're all in different universes, and it's how in this universe Batman becomes the Green Lantern, in this universe Batman becomes Cyborg, in this universe Batman becomes Wonder Woman, in this universe, you know what I mean, on and on and on. But it's good. I mean, they're short stories, but they're like fuck, like. He's just one of those characters, like you pour him in. He's like Bruce Lee said with water, man. Like you put him in the cup, he becomes the cup. You put him in the teapot, he becomes a teapot.
It's just it
just always works.
I'm sure it's but I have a reaction to it immediately because of like problem I have with comic books is like, well, let's throw shit in a bag of things that happen with characters' names and then pull it out. It's that times 100.
Right. Well, see, so I think the premise of this, and I haven't read Man Who Laughs, but like in this one universe, Joker is Batman. So. In all these other universes, Batman becomes everything else, and it's something to do with that. But I haven't read it yet.
I mean, it's an interesting idea, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, just like everyone's fucked everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a bit of
They're all Eskimo brothers.
Creative bankruptcy almost. We're like, what haven't we done yet? Well, he hasn't become Cyborg.
Right. I mean, that's what. But I don't blame the writers or anything because, like, if you have one. You have to keep making stories with one character. You're gonna fucking run out of shit to do with that person.
Right.
Did you talk about Matthew McConaughey, Harvey Dent? I think it was just announced last night. I think
so that's the word, but the story there to me. So Matthew McConaughey. Hey, hello.
McConaughey.
What does he say?
All right.
Is supposedly going to play
Harvey
Dent in the next Batman film, but this next Batman film is supposed to have like
it's a rogues gallery.
Yeah,
it's like the whole crew's coming.
Which like they should be careful.
But what if they got in the bag and got like Scarface and the Wonderland Gang and shit? Like
I
thought
like
that would be cool.
Scarface.
I would love to
man.
see. Yeah, I like Scarface a lot.
I just want from the comic. I mean, from the cartoon, but I thought it was super interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm curious. I don't know. You know, I love DC, so I'm curious to see what they do.
I'll tell you, one of those clickbait articles that says Pattinson getting ready for Batman, and it's him sitting on a jujitsu mat talking to somebody as the fucking picture. I'm like, that's trash. You know what? I want to see this dude with his shirt off now and then afterwards.
Show me some training clip like fucking Keanu.
Exactly.
I feel like I'm missing a question from Matt H. But we do have one from James G. He said, been a while. How about some NRR questions? Hey, guys, lag of questions lately, but I'm still listening. Just no rapid fires. And I'm sorry, but I do have 2 questions, and you can space them out if you want over 2 shows. Well, we have time. A few shows ago when Phil was on, most of you said you were out of the Lucy game and you wait for a trade when it comes to comics. Given that paper is all but dead, but as collectors we all like to have these stories in our hands, do you think comic companies should go the way of Netflix? Example, Detective Comics drops a 4 to 6 issue trade arc all at once. No loose comics unless you buy them digitally. Next month, drop a Superman or X-Men trade arc. Every 6 months, drop the next story arc of said book. I'm just thinking this may be a way from companies to save money as our world of viewing and digesting media has changed to binge watching. Of course, creators and companies will need to keep stories in advance, but it may be a solution to a dying industry. And most people say, I'll wait for the trade. Examples... And he gives a whole bunch of examples of how they would space it out.
So there's a company that's already doing that.
Really?
And you've read some of their books. TKO Studios.
Okay.
No relation. That's how they release. You can buy Lucy's that come in this kind of box set thing, or you can buy a trade. And that's how they put their shit out.
See, that shit makes sense to me. It's just imagine.
Or you can buy it digitally.
Imagine a book, but you can only read 1 chapter a week.
Yeah. And I enjoy...
that's how I see it.
And look... My problem, even when I was reading Lucy's every month, I would have to go back. Like, I don't remember what the fuck's going on here. So I like having a compendium.
I think it's a good idea, but I don't know what it would do to the comic book store industry.
Comic book store industry, as far as I know, I think the guy's biased, but like my friend I have 2 friends that own comic book stores, and one of them is fine. He's like, yeah, things are fine. And the other one is like the fucking sky is falling. And a sales show.
So I wonder what that would do, you know.
But like, I don't know, man. Some things die, man.
And you would be able to. I feel like you'd be able to put more of a marketing push behind it. You know, you could put like if you had a trade that was coming out in 6 months. Now you have 6 months to promote that trade. You know, and
but the problem is like with I'm on a store, like with trades, like you can just go to Barnes and Noble. You don't have to have a comic book store anymore.
True. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I think it could be good for comics. I think it could be bad for the comic book stores.
And they just have to diversify because most comic books
They're
stores.
bonds.
I can't. Joker.
Wu-Tang.
Diversify Joker. But like the successful comic book stores do a lot of collectibles and toys and signings and other shit.
Yeah,
And
they go beyond what a normal comic shop would. Like, you know, the
certainly
one
had to go beyond the square footage. That's a fact.
And you know,
it's astonishing.
well, we lost a comic shop in the greater area. This Bobby's bankrupted them.
Not my fault.
But I'll tell you that there was a comic shop in Mount Airy that was connected to one in Columbia. Is that what you guys? The one in Mount. Yeah, that last
That's my
time.
childhood store, man.
I didn't go in there often. Probably been in there 3 or 4 times. And not this last time, the time before I went in, I walked in. The guy was like, "Hey, just to let you know, the back walls of new releases, so hands off," or something just bizarre like that. And I snapped at the dude. I'm like, "This is not a way to treat people when they walk in your business. I won't ever buy anything here." And I never did. And I walked out, and the guy he seemed puzzled that I was bothered by the fact that I walked in.
I assume it's not the owners because the owners are super nice.
It was a kid. I mean, it's a kid.
Okay.
It's probably somebody in their 20s. But I mean, that place is empty. There's literally not a stitch on the walls.
Well, as a 43-year-old man,
what?
A 20-year-old could be definitely.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, so they only sold comics there.
Yeah, well, and they had the DC collectibles figures and a bunch of stuff like that and some busts and they sold some trading card games and stuff. But yeah, I mean it was a ton of inventory in there.
That DC collectible shit is everywhere.
It is,
and it never seems to be in anyone's home.
It's not.
That's why it's everywhere.
I mean, if you go to like the Toy Exchange in Mount Airy, they have shit that's probably
I need to go.
it's old. I mean, they probably have 12, 15-year-old stuff carded on the walls. And in my travels, I tried, if I see a comic shop and I have time, I pop in. Just you never know what you'll find in a place like that. And it's always DC like DC Collectibles figures from Kingdom Come. I mean, they're not even figures; they're fucking statues whose arms move and shit like that.
I had them all.
Yeah.
But the problem with Lucy's, other than just the fucking reading part, is like you can't. I have a shit ton of them, and so they're just in long boxes on a Billy, like and like to look through it to find one that I want to read. Like trades just display better and just more functional on the shelf.
Agreed. And you pick it up, you read it, and you can put it away.
Yep.
And it's a one. It's a.
You can't just it's just a stack of fucking loose comics.
I think
unless you have them carded, I guess.
Yeah. I wonder, like
Yule,
who's
shout out to his collection.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
but I wonder who's done the case study on, newcomers to the comic book industry. Like, how many new readers are they picking up?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know anybody like Mason's age that
and has the movies ruined them.
Yeah, that's one of the complaints of my comic store owner friends is like, well, everyone wants to watch these movies and they want more movies, but they could just come and read the comic books. I'm like, but that's not what they want.
I wonder if new readers are more apt to pick up the digital editions or watch it on one of these digital Comixology or whatever.
Yeah, Comixology is easy.
Next question: whose mutant powers would you have to do a regular ass job? I was watching an old X-Men where Storm, Rogue, Jubilee, and Wolverine run into Colossus while hunting the Juggernaut. Colossus was demolishing buildings for a job.
That's fucking cool.
I got to think, who's going to clean that shit up? Then I figured if I had Jean Grey's telekinesis, I could go around doing construction cleanup in record time and make bank.
Wolverine will be a butcher, obviously.
I want Storm's skill set, and I'm a meteorologist.
It's gonna rain!
I'm never wrong.
It's raining sideways.
I think it's like
Jubilee for 4th of July.
There you go.
Kids parties.
Mm-hmm.
I think that once you start getting into the telekinesis bit, it's hard to get past it because there's so much you could do with it with minimal effort and.
Well, I mean, it makes effort.
I'm saying with minimal effort. There's stuff that would take big effort too, but like dusting.
Oh, just to grab stuff off the shelf.
I've got it. Multiple man,
dude.
Listen. You bid out a job. Like, all right, my guys will be here Tuesday. We'll knock it out. You multiply out, get it done. You don't have to pay anybody but yourself.
What if it was all a dice roll? You're like, oh fuck, I'm feral.
Feral,
dude. Multiple man, one man gangbang.
Whoa, that's an interesting question.
Because like when doesn't
so like are you down for the gangbang?
In a circle
with Kelly.
Oh, I thought
just
you
a bunch
meant
of
like
you
to yourself.
with 4 or 5 year multiple.
I'd be down. Yeah,
dude, I'd film it.
I don't know how does that work.
Not mine.
How does this power work? I know, like in like Naruto, like when you make a clone, when they disappear, like you get the memories of what they did.
I don't know.
If that's a bag, that'd be fucking amazing.
I'm far from a multiple man expert,
and I don't know if there's a limit to how many times.
And I'll be honest with you, I never want to meet the person that's a multiple man expert. Like he can just stay.
Phil?
He can just probably.
He's an everything expert.
Yeah, that's true. Everything Marvel anyway, and dinosaurs. He got these like dinosaurs. Like he texted me. God bless him. He texted me and he's like so and so this great dinosaur artist is going to be at Baltimore Comic Con, and I'm like, cool. And then he's like, show me. He's like, look, I got sketches from him and everything else. Like, dude, that dude loves dinosaurs.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, for sure.
Magneto's is pretty fucking good. It's like basically telekinesis. You know, it's just
my
metal.
my fucking luck though, I'd end up in like plastic rooms all the time. Like that would just be my luck. I would never be able to use.
So there's a thread on Reddit. It's what's the worst superpower you could have? Because let's be honest, and I think there's probably
like the Family Guy one, growing fingernails.
Right. Like what's the worst superpower you could get? Like I can move mayonnaise. That's it.
Dude, that's great for me, man.
I can move.
Make a sandwich.
Make a mean sandwich.
Yeah.
Control the perfect amount of spread.
There's a ton of hilarious ones on there.
Yeah.
That's very specific, ridiculous. I mean, you got to think in a world where mutant powers are what they are. Yeah, you've got the X-Men, but then you've got people that like, I have to cut my toenails. I mean, you got 2 hours.
Dude, just you have Toad.
You have Toad.
You
exactly.
know, or fucking what's that Morlock? That's like paper thin.
Oh yeah.
Basically, anything that makes you deformed is fucked. I don't want anything that makes you deformed.
Yeah,
well,
Beast.
I've got that fucked up shoulder. You know how many comments I got about that?
I know.
Dude, haunt you for life.
But they said I turned into ODB when I did it. I sounded like old dirty bastard. I was like,
I can do this weird thing too. See the tendons across my
yeah.
nose.
That is strange.
That's your mutant power.
I am a
Everybody
mutant.
can do this.
Not everyone can move just a ring finger like that.
This
So
was. Can you guys
can.
do that? Do the Vulcan thing?
Oh yeah, but what I can't do is curl my pinky finger down without the ring finger coming along for the ride.
I can only do it with my left hand.
I can do that.
My ring finger and my pinky finger are ride or die. Like they're in it
For
together
life.
forever.
Have
They're
you
in
ever,
it to win.
have you ever broke on both hands? Are like that?
Yep.
Mine was
Actually, this look, all of them want to come along. Like
So that's like
wow,
you
that's
got your-
fucked up.
crew
All your
up.
fingers want to fucking. You just
Those-
want to punch
there we
them.
go.
It's like your tendons are shorter or something.
dude, my tendons are fine, man. Your tendons are short.
No, mine are long as fuck. You want to see again?
Tendons are fucking
Let me
loose.
clean that detail for you behind there, Bobby. I'm elongated him in.
Let me make sure we didn't get any questions on the Patreon real quick before we close out.
Isn't there one that's like muddy? Isn't there a mutant that's like fucking mud?
I don't
Or
know.
like blob. That sucks too.
Yeah. I just
There's a lot of sucky mutant powers when you have to think about it.
so it's so funny, man. Shout out to everybody that supports Patreon, even if it's just for a month. But like whenever I log in, like I see like my notifications be like there's been two deleted pledges since you're, and I'm like fuck man, like because I'm always like stuff like I'm not doing enough. That's what I always put it on.
You're doing too much about like that. This is too much. I can't get with
So
updates.
I worry about that too, but so then like I click on it real quick, right? And it's like this dude, and it's like it shows you how like it's like $1 lifetime pledge, and I'm like, oh, okay, like he wasn't putting it on, So thanks for the buck, and I appreciate it. Keep it moving. What I was just gonna make sure that they just changed this shit recently too, so like I don't know.
While you're looking at that, I did pull up this shit. It's the subreddit. It's called Shitty Superpowers.
Uh-huh.
When you are in a room with a low ceiling, your jump ability is increased by 400%. You can morph your finger into the wrong key for any lock. You can use Google Chrome in your head, but there's no internet.
Oh my god.
You can mind.
That's me right now. Shit.
Whenever you jump in the air, you freeze for 10 seconds while music loudly plays and a sentence describing something that will happen to you in 10 plus years randomly appears for everyone to read.
Jesus.
That's very specific.
Yeah. Yeah, these are great. You can turn into a fly anytime you want, but you can't actually fly. You are immortal, but you have schizophrenia. That's fucked up. Isn't that kind of like Legion? No, but Legion's not immortal.
That is crazy though.
You can fly, but only underground. Here's one we can all
through
relate
the subway.
And Joe, you can dig this. You can easily piss with a boner.
I can
I
piss
could
with a
use
boner.
that. I could use that.
I can definitely piss with a boner.
I can too, but it just goes all over the fucking room.
Well, I sit down to pee anyways. That's fine.
Yeah, that's
You
weird.
can play any video game in your head at any time, but it runs at 2 frames per second.
Speaking of which, so
Peeing with a boner?
yes.
All right.
So the Watchmen, yes. So the Watchmen, the show, Silk Spectre carries around this briefcase, right? And she has like a combination for it. And you see the combination. It's either 666 or 667. I couldn't make it out clearly, but it's obviously indicative of something, right? So she pops the suitcase, and there's like a blue light that shows in her face, but you never get to see what's in it, a la Pulp Fiction, right? So she finally opens it up, and you get to see what's in it. She takes out this like circular object that's blue, and then this huge blue rod puts them together, and it's a dildo shaped like Dr. Manhattan's dick.
That's awesome.
It's awesome. It's as big as this room. Like, the dude could have a whole another career if he wanted to.
Wow.
I mean, he had the one man bang bang.
That's true.
Which
was fucking cool.
Yes.
Fucking Snyder,
That's what I'm
man.
saying.
I fucking love Zack Snyder.
you are erect at all times, but it gets flaccid when you would normally get hard.
Oh my god, that would be awful.
That would
You
be
can
awful.
change the color of your semen.
That could be useful.
Oh, for
That-
what? An art
That'd be fun.
project?
That'd be
Sometimes
fun.
I'm like, man, I need to know where to clean that up at. I don't know.
Oh, man.
Turn it into bright purple.
Like
Oh, there it is.
No, like Predator blood.
Dude, I saw somebody's Halloween costume. They went as Predator
And
in
the
the
heat
heat.
vision? Yeah, yes.
I saw
shit
that
was
one.
awesome.
You get paid 1 cent per inch of a shit you had. I don't know how that's a superpower.
I have some big shit sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's Leia.
When you're in the bathroom, your
Dude, she was proud. Dude, Leia went and took a dump yesterday. Came out, was Uncle Dolphin. Look at my big poop.
She said that when we were over.
She
That's
loves to show
fucking
off her
crazy.
shit. Dude, I mean,
I don't know what you're teaching your kids.
I would be proud too, though. It's like the size of my forearm. Some of the shit she takes. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like it. All right, let's get out of here. Shout out to the rest of the Nerd Rage team. Raul on Instagram, Manny behind the scenes, Gord helped me with Force Sensitive, Dante the Destroyer on Facebook, Marilyn Phil on Twitter, as well as Andy helped me out with Force Fridays. And whatever we end up doing with Tyler once a quarter or whatever we do, having a little Star Wars talk with spoiler friends. We should just call it spoilers.
Spoiler friends.
The spoiler wars.
I like spoiler friends.
Spoiler friends.
Spoiler buddies.
Spoiler pals.
In the 90s, that would mean you have a big whale tail in your little shitty car.
You can
That's true.
You can teleport shit into people's pants.
That is awesome.
That could be useful. Shout out to the rest of the cool table. We have. Go ahead. What do you got?
You can fart on demand if you say soup.
Shout out to Shattercast Uncut, Into the Realm, Beer and Bolters 401k, Stasis Lock, and what is the Toy Detox, Building Up to It, Fresh Communications, Verbally Challenged, and Breaking the Mold. And with that,
Flappy Labius.
Tasty taint.
Tight Dick Player.
Chicken sandwich.